Sorry about that. I was looking for what I was trying to open with. Should have looked it up before the fucking show started, of course, but you know me. Good motherfucking morning, y'all. If it's a Monday morning, you already know the forecast. It's gonna be a shitstorm. I'm your host, Aries Bookman, the Duke of Darkness, the only one putting the man back in manifestation. I tell you, boy, you find one other motherfucker doing it. Find one other motherfucker, not only find one motherfucker doing it, I give you plenty of credit if you do that. Find anybody else who gives a damn to do it. Oh, we gonna get into it today, boy. Your boy Ed in this thing. It's parade inside my city. Dirty in the house, not your girl's blouse. What's up? Hey, man. Hey, look. If you got a parade in this motherfucker, I'm here to rain on it, bro. I'm here to rain on it. Get your $10 a month ready. Fuck you talking about? Society Ejax. Early morning shit with coffee and morning traffic. Welcome to the show, my friend. Good to see you back here, man. Stick around. Well, you might not have no choice, but you ain't going nowhere. You in traffic. I'm a piece of shit. Hey, man. Look, I have not fucked with my snakes in way too long. Like this. Look, this motherfucker. One day was like, look, somebody give me some more attention. And you know what? Hey, man, shit's changing. Look. This one has a rattle, right? But not just that. Right. Oh, whatever. Fuck you guys. All right. Today, as you can see, for the most part, I'm having a conversation about the concept of the divine feminine and all the bullshit we got going on, man. Man's got a boa constrictor around his neck. I love it. Casper said too dope. It's a rattle. Well, look, it's a rattle constrictor. Thank you very much. You know, this is next level shit. Don't you see that it's blue? I love it, man. All right, what else I say? Yeah, today I want to talk about the divine feminine. And honestly, this is the thing. Not just the divine feminine. Okay? I want to talk about a lot of things surrounding that. I'm more than likely going to fall into some masculinity shit as well. And if I haven't... My voice is echoing because the room is emptier. Well, maybe it's echoing because I have to hear myself in my ear. Either way. The reason I will fall from place to place on that when it comes to the masculine and masculinity in males is because, one, it's highly unexplored. Two, it's part of what my focus is. But three, I do it because I want to highlight the distinction between chaos and corporeal, physical and non-physical, okay? Because this is people's main issue, is that their levels of analysis are fucked up. With the addition of matter into the ontology of people's psyche or the way they frame the world, their metaphysical presuppositions, excuse me. Because of that, they have a hard time delineating what is what. So you can't take these old cosmologies and then try and plug matter in. But the reason you do it is the same reason that I did it when I was doing it. Because I didn't understand where the things I was using came from, bigger part here, nor did I give a fuck. That's the issue. I didn't give a fuck. Why? Because this new thing felt good. There were other people saying it. I was in there. And I get plenty of dead niggas who thought they knew a thing about, one or two things in Christianity, right? And I hit them with the and they, what do you think about that? That's all I was there for. So I get it. That's why I get triggered. There's still enough of me in there to identify with that shit. I'm not saying there's no place where I have to hide and cover up and make sure you don't see that of me. I don't know why it was funny to me. Anyways. So yeah, I want to make sure you can comprehend the distinction between the two and not need to mystify the mundane like so many do. Because, when bitches don't want to do what nobody tell them to do, they ready to be the divine hoe and it's divine, right? How about the countless divine archetypes of what's the word? Why do I taste prudent? I don't think that's the word. Virtuous wives. There are plenty of archetypes of that, right? But no one wants the archetype that's not gonna reflect what they already wanted to do. Motherfuckers is quick to be in the intuition and their feelings, but if you don't dig out your own bullshit from all that heart, your intuition, it's gonna necessarily be faulty. Anyone telling you intuition is key, before getting you to get the bullshit out of your emotions, don't know themselves. Can't help it, bro. Can't help it. Texas edition rattlesnake, boy. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I do it different around here, man. Don't nobody else do this shit, bro. Loser, that's babe. Good to see you in the chat, man. Live from the mud. Now you was out here putting dead niggas in the frenzy. Hell yeah, boy. I had them twerking their nipples in Kroger, boy. Oh my God, what did he say about Jesus? That's the thing, though. That's when you just getting out. When you really trying to find something new, you're like, damn, I was lied to. This is the real shit. And if niggas only knew, we could come together and rise and it'd be different. Well, when you in that, the highest currency is dead niggas giving you a little bit of attention because this is the thing. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Because check it out. It's subtle. It's subtle. The narrative. When you one of these new spooky Buddha niggas, right? The narrative is always be humble, right? That's what's said consistently. Oh, I'm always humble. I think everyone's equal. I don't think I'm better than nobody else. It's a lie. Oh, it's a lie. It's a lie. Because you looking at them like they still sleep. They the ones don't get it. But this is here comes the subtlety. Fold it over. You can't admit to the superiority of it because it would defeat your idea of yourself as humble and impartial. Okay. First of all, it would defeat your own idea of yourself as humble and impartial. So you can't look at the subtle superiority. And also, if you actually examine the structure of your own superiority, you find it faulty, and you'd find you could qualify the dead niggas for the same type, if not more, superiority based on your own metrics. I'm telling you, you gotta, I'm humble, and never look at you. Never look, you gotta already have assumed what you are vehemently. You have to assume what you are vehemently. That's what I'm saying. What is you? It's always on my tongue. That and human is a lie. What is you? That's always the issue. Always the issue. Dead nigga resurrected. What? Yeah, I was out there. Look, Jesus on you. You thought Jesus was in the Bible. He was a white man. Secretly, it's me. I gotta hear, nigga. I know. I've been there. I'm not just making fun of you. I've been there. Oh. Trust me, I know. I know I'm saying they was my disciples, but whole time on Sundays, the spirit leader king. Boy, look, he was out here, he probably had the shirt off too, Nature Boy 2.0, right? I'm telling you, bro. I love it, man. Hey, bro, look, that's why I say spooky Buddha, because that's exactly the kind of shit I was heading for. Exactly the kind of shit I was heading for, but spooky Buddha. I was all the spooky Buddha in my head. Fuck you mean? I had that crown. Talk about all cap. Boy, I had that crown. Fuck you mean? I know. I'm humble about being arrogant. Exactly. That's how you are. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not even getting in the show. I'm talking too much shit. I have to mark the beginning of the show. Give me 40 seconds. It's worth it. Trust me. Where my mouse at? Oh, here it go. reflecting on how much of a piece of shit I am. Yeah. But what I said, though, is not boo-hoo. Fuck. Anyways, let me get into this today, guys. I want to show you this, what you call this thing, man? A little reel from Instagram I saw that I think will help push us into the subject matter of today's discussion. All right. Where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna shut my audio off. All right, hold on.
Attitude or anger, she'll take that into the astral realm. They say don't go to sleep angry though. You gotta stamp that out. That's where makeup comes from.
Dang. What can she do in the astral room?
Multiply the anger, take it with her into different dimensions.
Dang.
You want to deal with that right there. Get that out the way. You know, happy wife, happy life. That is, that's real. Don't let your wife go to sleep with an attitude or anger. She'll take that into the astral realm. They say don't go to sleep angry though. You gotta stamp that out. That's where makeup comes from.
Dang. What can she do in the astral room?
Multiply the anger, take it with her into different dimensions.
Dang.
You want to deal with that right there. Get that out the way. You know, happy wife, happy life. That is, that's real.
That's your boy now. That's your boy now. You already know. That's your boy now. Happy wife, happy life, head ass. You know, what I'm going to talk about today, and this is part of why I showed this, what I'm going to talk about today, don't just apply the way females frame spirituality. There are a lot of males who don't even recognize the backward shit they saying. Okay, so female, once again, overlooking the cosmological, the ontological items of his cosmology, things like the astral realm, and the dynamics between that and the fact that you go there. Overlooking that, she takes her anger to the astral realms, and you as a man need to deal with it. You need to deal with her anger, and it's hers. You need to deal with her anger so she doesn't multiply it. Now you'd think that would apply to males and females. But no, it's just eat it up. But the name of the nigga show is 5D. 5D something. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. These niggas, but once again, this is what's floating around. And so I want to challenge it directly, okay? Just like I talked to you about the progression, the origins and creations of whiteness and then white supremacy, onward to generate feminism and then this black feminism ridiculous bullshit. It seeps, the whole feminism narrative, because it's the new white people, being a woman is the new white people, it was. They about to make it being gay. That way they get back what they was all, never mind. Anyways, because you need a buffer class between the, stop. I talked about this at length in plenty of other videos. I talked about that at length in plenty of other videos. This feminization of spirituality is toxic as fuck. It's problematic as fuck. There you go. 2 words niggas love now, right? Toxic and problematic. And we're going to talk about why. We're going to talk about why. So if you want to just say, you know what? Fuck this guy. There's no way the divine feminine is all, that is everything, that is the only thing really is ever. Okay, cool. Bro, you good. You good. Go ahead, man. You got it. You got it. Oh, hold on. Let me get this napkin, Bustin. Get some titty milk on your lip. Where you go? Fuck out of here. Niggas stuck on their mama. Niggas is stuck because they can't see that their mama's a bitch too. They don't want it to be that way. I know, I don't want it to be that way either. I want it to be a thing that's different from everyone else. And there's a whole beautiful story about that's why my father was with her and married her. And these are the things I want a beautiful story because everybody's supposed to want a beautiful story. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. And I'm not saying it's just oh, women ain't shit. That's not what I mean. There's no such thing as good and bad women. There's no such thing as good and bad people. Oh, you messing with the wrong woman. Because if you was messing with a real woman, she'd have da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And people will say the same thing about men. It's a fallacious argument. Because all you're doing is just simply saying, you're imposing the categories of real and not real, good and bad, on top of whatever argument somebody just made. And so that conveniently, you the motherfucker in the good. And once again, here we go, the subtle arrogance. The subtle arrogance, where you just casually describe yourself as so happen to be in the good side. If you were messing with a real man or woman, they wouldn't do that. See, what a real man or woman would do is whatever the fuck I think I would have done. And mind you, whatever the fuck you think you would have done, without even actually examining how you were. You go ask the white folks and the Germans in the Holocaust, right? Go ask them. Because look, Hitler ain't do it alone. We love to focus on a single person. I mean, it feeds into this individualism that's part of the culture, divide and conquer at its finest. We focus on single people of history. And then you focus on them as if at the time, what the reason to focus on them was because so many other people were focusing on them. Hitler ain't do none of that by himself. Whatever. The point, many people end up doing things they never could have imagined themselves doing, and very easily. Very easily. This is part of the reason people come back from war and have post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, the motherfucker go over there and did something he never would have seen himself doing. Grade school, kindergartners, right? 3 little kindergartners. Let's say they running down the street, got a bomb strapped to him, and he got to shoot him. And he got to shoot him in the head, because if he shoot him somewhere else, that little motherfucker ain't stopping. Pop, pop, pop. Had to take out the women and children, because the women and children had the Glock too. Never would have seen himself do it. He come back, he's completely different. And he don't even know how to contend with it, don't know how to chew it. Like after people who go and have intense psychedelics, they have what's called, what is the word? It was on my tongue like 5 seconds ago. Integration. Where you have to reintegrate your personality, your conception of yourself back into the experience that you've just had. Like man, whatever. I gotta get into the fucking topic. Excuse me. Anxiety is just that red pill. Yeah. Maybe a little bit. I got a feminine dark side. Motherfuckers love that shit, boy. Ugh. It's just repeating. Episodes 40 and 41 coming to the tape. Thank you, Lucid Bay. Thank you. Because good night then I couldn't think of the number in my head. Episodes 40 and 41. White men, black women. Holla at your boy. Because please, you that's the standard. It's been the standard from the mid-70s, easily through the 90s. All the critiques of black men. You can go back to fucking Bell Hooks. Episode 40 and 41. Episode 40 and 41. Because I'm telling you, if I touch it, I'm not going to stop. Let's just battle each other on the astral realm instead. Why can't we do that? If you go to bed mad, let's battle it out in the astral realm. You know why we can't though? Because it's presumed men aren't as powerful as women spiritually somehow. Spiritual simping. You know, this bullshit. Well, we create life. No, you don't. No, you have to be present. You have to witness its creation. You didn't create it. Because otherwise, you motherfuckers would have started it yourself. Go do it yourself. Go have one yourself. You can't. Go ahead and say parthenogenesis. You niggas have no proof, first of all, of that ever occurring in a mammal. It occurs in creatures that spend like 75% of their life in water. Creatures that if you cut off a limb, the limb regenerates. Bruh, Homo sapien is not that. So you're trying to transpose that on top of Homo sapien to fit your ridiculous argument because you have no proof. is pseudoscience. Parthenogenesis, my ass. You motherfuckers don't. You learn a new sciencey word, and here you go. I'm sciencey spirit. Fuck you niggas, man. Don't come in my backyard talking about titles don't matter. You motherfuckers. And see, look. I talked to a guy the other day. And this is consistent with males. I'm not when I say this, I'm not calling him out and say, look at you, you're wrong, you're bad, you should do something else. No, listen to me. I was asking him, what kind of spiritual work has he done, or what's he into? And he was talking about how he doesn't respect earthly titles, mundane titles. And me personally, I had to stop him quick because I understand where he's coming from. In terms of the spirituality, or even whether or not someone is an actual authority, is not necessarily contingent on them having a particular piece of paper. And that's mostly in the direction he was talking, and I would agree with that. But I wouldn't throw mundane titles into the trash. And I told him this because I wanted to know what types of things, what kind of titles have you earned? And he told me. Real shit. He was the valedictorian in his high school, and he went on to be an electrical engineer working full time. And I'm like, bro, fuck that. I'm about to respect the fuck out of the work it takes to do that. Fuck this. Oh, it's a mundane. No, that mundane shit was hard and it took work. I can relate. I've earned shit. Motherfuckers who don't earn nothing perpetuate this shit, bro. And see, with men, we used to just not acknowledging what work we've done and to just take it for granted. It's part of the masculine mentality. That's why when motherfuckers are being masculinized, all the females, this is what they're gonna do. They don't know how to. Oh my God, I'm gonna get into another fucking. I have to finish my statement. Their relationship to emotions is completely different from us. It's not to say men don't have emotions. We relate to them differently. We filter our emotions through our thoughts. They filter their thoughts through their emotions. We both have emotions and thoughts. We have different relationships to them. And by virtue of the relationship that they have with their emotions, they aren't built to do what we've always been considered to do. And it used to be when we did it, we were acknowledged for doing it. But now it's a standard, it's a given. Anyways, excuse the fuck out of me. Alright, here we go. Yeah, man, let's really just fucking battle on the asteroid. You niggas is dumb. Sorry.
Religious element to this is you tend to find that you have those that use a particular religious practice as a cover. Again, it can come from any particular framework. It can be, Catholic based. It can be Protestant Christian based. It can be Islamic. It can be, Yoruba, whatever it may be. That's the cover, right? That's the cover. So if anybody runs across this person in public or whatever, they seemingly practice a well-accepted whatever tradition. But usually when you're dealing with people that are engaged in a manipulative type of approach to spirituality, what they ultimately end up doing is weaponizing it for their own advancement and their own purposes, especially as it relates to intimate partners, most particularly men. Right? Now, just to be clear, a lot of these kind of people, again, in the social media age, are looking for adherents. They're looking for followers. They're looking for disciples. So you'll often see them selling resources, and ultimately selling an idea about being, a source of guidance for other people. And again, that's in and of itself is not necessarily bad in terms of people selling, certain types of things, but be mindful of how it's used. And if it has to do more with self-advancement than it actually has to do with helping people, then you're really dealing with something, or you may be. So that being said, the religious cover is one aspect of it. But here's one of the traits to look out for. This practice that I'm identifying, is closely tied to a very extreme kind of branch of feminism, right? So what you'll notice, starting with the religious cover I mentioned, is a manipulation of that cover, right? And a clear adherence to only the female elements of it. So if you're talking about Christianity, you might be dealing with Mary or other females in the biblical tradition. If you're dealing with Islam, an over-identification with the feminine in that context, and the excuse being, of course, this legacy of patriarchy that all women are oppressed by. When you start hearing language like that, all women for all time, be mindful of what you're dealing with.
There we go. Hold on. Leah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Leah. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. All right, y'all. I forgot to put the name title on the video. If you're not familiar with this gentleman, this is Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. He's a PhD professor. He runs the Honest Report, and that's his particular show on partially on black male studies and somewhat black masculinism. So please check him the fuck out, please, because these motherfuckers actually study some of the shit. So you'll get more from them than you can from me. You want to talk occult and metaphysics, then come back around to me. I'll slap you around a little bit, but then come back around to me. Okay, look, all right, here we go. Let's go over kind of what he talked about here, okay? He's talking about using a religious or spiritual cover for an obscure type of feminism. What do I mean by an obscure type of feminism? Basically, black feminism as a whole, all of it, really. To be completely honest, it's obscure when you look at its origins. But let's not say it that way. Let's say it like this: this idea of feminism that paints women as an eternal victim of the world, and men as these eternal, for all time, oppressors. For all time. Look, here you go. The ship is sinking. Women and children. Women and children, you need to be saved so that you can be further oppressed somewhere by somebody and will die to make sure other men can oppress you. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. But what happens is that gets a cover of spirituality, okay? And all they need to do is manipulate the cover, because what it's about is that underlying presumption of this deepness, this over-identification of the idea of the feminine. Not even females, the idea of the feminine. Fuck out of here. Anyways. So, like you said, you can do it with Christianity. All right. Mary Magdalene. Oh, Mary Magdalene. I'm not Christian anymore. Mary Magdalene. Oh. Fuck up. Lilith. Same thing. You're doing it again. Oh, that's really Jewish. Same difference. How you not the chosen people in your own religion? Fuck out of here. Anyways. Let's say they're doing the Yoruba or the Orisha. It's just Oshun. Just Oshun. Let's stop. Just the feminine. Because really, it's always been about the feminine. They tried to suppress it. They tried to hold it down. But the feminine is back. And it will crush you all. Fuck out of here. Sit the fuck down. And you see, look, I'm not saying feminine means nothing. All right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying the idea of the feminine that's being portrayed is completely skewed. It's completely skewed, and as a result, and among many things, you're mixing your levels of analysis on what any of this means. You're mixing your levels of analysis. You're conflating the feminine with females. You're conflating the feminine with females. This gynocentric shit, bro, look, it's a whole other conversation. I'm trying not to get into it, but it's permissive. Fuck you mean? Court sink up to the neck and shit and still not going inside. Stick it out, man. Stick it out. It's worth it. I'm telling you. You're not gonna get this nowhere else. Everybody else is gonna tickle your kundalini. Tickle your kundalini. Have my melanin pineal peel. I'm sure it's gonna open you up. Got the pineal pack for you. Let me fucking mute myself.
Right? And I've talked about this before in terms of Yoruba or Ifa. You know, when you start to see people who claim to be practitioners, right? Whether it's, you know, Candomblé, whether it's Santeria, whether it's Ifa itself, but they only identify with the female orishas. Pay attention, right? Pay attention. These are the small tells, right? The over-identification with the feminine, and that's closely tied, right? It's very closely tied to the diminishment, right, of the masculine, diminishment and or hatred of, and you can even hear it expressed in their rhetoric, right? Usually only tied to working with other girls, younger girls, women, so on and so forth. You know, you'll see them over-identify with young girls and bring them into secret settings, and the conversation about men is usually problematic. Now, here's the thing: this is rampant at college campuses, just from my own experience. I don't have any data on it, so I will freely admit that. I have been to a multitude of campuses over the last 30 years, and I've seen this take place in a lot of different ways, most particularly from professors, sometimes administrators, sometimes from older students, right? This mixture of spirituality and feminism into a framework that valorizes and pedestalizes the feminine and downplays and diminishes the masculine, right? And it's usually tied to a hatred of the masculine and an over-identification of the feminine. These are some of the traits that we see most consistently.
Women and children don't get to be men, so men bad, right? And look, if women and children were men, who'd take care of women and children? I guess men would still need to while they men. See, that's the crazy shit. You like, come on, okay. I want you to be emotional and free and vulnerable enough to be honest about the young child that's still in you. I want it to come out, and we can both let our inner childs come out and play together. Okay, cool. Now what happens when our inner childs are out and both of them need protection? I'm gonna have to not only am I gonna have to come out of my inner child, but I'm gonna have the forethought to do it, which is skill. I'm gonna have the forethought to do it, come out, handle the shit, and then handle the emotions from ripping myself like that. But it's gonna go unspoken, and you're gonna call that equality. See, why I talk about this stuff isn't to say women should think a different way. It's not. It's not. I think the way they think is perfect, exactly what they're doing. They do what is natural to them. So I'm not saying women should change. What I'm saying is your perception on the dynamics of your relationship with women is what needs to change. Because we're used to taking all four of them damn steps as just a given and calling that mess equal. And what you're doing when you do that is you're undercutting your own value. I'm not here to let you undercut your own value. So you have plenty of motherfuckers who will talk black girl magic. Okay, cool. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. But who the fuck putting the man back in manifestation? Nobody. Why? Because we just get thrown in the bucket with white supremacy. You gotta be outside your goddamn mind. Oh, well, it's sexism. Okay, first, sexism is generally characterized as a one-way street. First and foremost. Secondly, where the fuck does the idea of sexism come from? Let me guess. Go ahead with your fucked up historiography and tell me it's been here for ages and it's always this. No. 1950s. 1950s, episode 40 and 41. 1950s, white feminists. Where did they get the idea of sexism from? In their own literature, where did they get it from? Looking at the treatment of black men in the South. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Don't look me in the face, say sexism. Have no idea where what you saying comes from, how it was used, the context from which it comes from. Fuck that shit, man. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying this so women get it. I'm saying it so you get it. So if you give a fuck about any particular woman and decide, hey, I want to keep her around, I want her in my life, I want to see good things for her, you know what you're up against. Because it's not wrong that they are the way they are. It's very natural. But once you can see it that way, you know the value that you bring. Daddy energy is the most valuable thing there is. I don't care how good titties look. Titties will get you to the party, but motherfuckers stick around for dick. Dick is what keeps shit stable. Fuck you mean? Pussy want to go from branch to branch, fly around. I just don't know. Maybe there's more. Maybe something else is better. Well, you don't really have to work to get into the club. I get it. But when you got to work to the club to get into some shit, you know what that means. Don't settle for being called a partner. Don't settle for it. If you're a husband, don't settle for being called a partner. Your relationship to your wife, your girlfriend, is not equal. And you can play yourself like it is, but you'll see when it comes time to cash in on that equality on your side, suddenly it's going to be a lot of shame. Amen. Amen. Look, I'm not saying it's unnatural. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying you need to know why it's there, how to pursue it, and what to do with yourself. But see, nobody's telling you that. Niggas will tell you happy life, happy wife, happy life with his fucking dashiki on and his 5D podcast with the weird hair. Giving you bad advice. Giving you bad advice on faulty spirituality. Mixing your levels of analysis. Fuck! Ain't nobody putting the man back in manifestation. Ain't nobody doing anything close. Show me one motherfucker. Not only that, fuck that. I won't even make you show me one motherfucker. Show me one motherfucker. Not one motherfucker who's doing it. Show me one motherfucker to give a fuck. Show me one motherfucker to give a fuck. You too. Because if I wasn't sitting here yelling like a dumbass, you probably wouldn't care. I know I didn't. I'm a fucking male. See, once again, I'm not saying what somebody should or shouldn't do. But if you're feeling like you're attacked, maybe it's because you're hitting yourself and I'm just now pointing out the fact that you've been hitting yourself for a long time and blaming somebody else. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Because one of the things I hear a lot from some of the males I've worked with, especially the younger ones, is they ask me, Aries, what do I do to get a spiritual woman in my life? I want someone who, as I'm doing this spiritual stuff, can understand me and work with me. So where do I find that? How do I get that? How do I know? Bruh, you just did the good bad again. Spiritual and not spiritual. Bruh, most of this shit niggas is doing is cap. Females cap by nature. That fucking wig. Now you got the little sensitive ass dudes doing it. I understand why you feel like that's the way to go. It sounds really good. It's the same thing niggas do when they leave Christianity and say God and the devil's not the thing, and now it's my higher and lower self, and you just transfer all the data over to the new name. And so I'm not going to say good and bad woman. I'm going to say spiritual woman. But stop. They're women. They're women. You don't mix your level of analysis. I don't care what fucking female it is. They're females. And I say it about males too. Like, that's the thing. You don't need to mystify the mundaneness of male and female. You do not need to mystify it. You do not need to mystify it. Fuck. You go ahead. I don't care if you get a spiritual woman. My point is she's still a woman. Do you think there's some kind of way you're gonna get around that? And that's the problem, bruh. One of my cousins, other day, called me up, said she needed to come to my house because she didn't feel safe with a dude, right? she ended up not even coming. You know, I guess they talked it out, whatever. But the thing was, she was having a menstrual cycle, and I guess he had some trauma about that. And then she was like, she didn't understand why he. Well, actually, she was more understanding than I would have given somebody credit for. But she's usually really nice. Anyways, the point was him. He didn't know how to deal with something that happens to a woman every month, but want a woman. It's like, and excuse me, ladies, for the analogy. It's like getting a dog and you're annoyed by barking. You're getting a fish, but you don't like being wet. You don't like getting your hands wet. You've eaten tacos, but let's say you don't like what's something that's got to be on the top? Put some onion on that bitch, but you don't like onions, but you're eating the onion taco. Fuck you talking about? That's what I'm saying. Once again, it's never her fault. They do it naturally. They do whatever they do. But if you, I can't dress it up, dude. There's no good and bad women. You getting a spiritual woman, she's still a woman, okay? Because even the spiritual women out here dancing around at the death of Kevin Samuels. Oh, see, the black feminine showed you. Don't mess with the dark feminine. This is what happens. Okay, cool. Hold on. Now check me out. Check me out. Let's say, once again, I take all of that as true. Let's say I say, okay, what the divine dark feminine did was take Kevin Samuels out for the things that he was saying. Well, I'm not even. Let's lean into that argument for his disrespect of black women. The dark divine feminine took him out, dancing, celebrating, happy to see it. Well, you know, this is what happens. Okay, cool. Let's say that's the case. That bitch ain't got no smoke for white supremacy. How many generations of you were raped? Where did they come up with their knowledge of gynecology from? But no smoke for that. Nick come along, suggest, hey sweetie, maybe put your ass away and think about what the man that you want wants from you. And he gotta go? Nah. Okay, cool. Look. See, if you leave the cosmology up to me, hell no. But cool, you free to say whatever you want. Just notice, you got hella smoke for black men. Nick, you ready to put a nigga in the jar, ready to call somebody up for a love spell on a nigga that don't want you. Where your smoke at for the shit that's fucking you up? And see, dudes will go right along with it. This is my main point of saying it. I don't give a fuck what dumb shit girls do. Dude, what are you talking about? Happy life, happy wife. This man must not have a fucking wife. Fuck out of here. And they're happy and sad and mad and at the same time and different times. And then please. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but I'll be damned if you can just keep that happy, especially if it needs someone to keep it happy. Like it's work. And we don't get credit for the work we do. Oh man, I don't have the fucking video of the little boy who's telling his mama about the kind of woman he wants. Bro, let me stop for a second here, bro. I'm serious. Because look, when I say I don't give a fuck what the women do, all right? I'm looking at the males. I want you to see what you provide. I want you to see what you provide so you don't undervalue it. That little boy talking to his mama, telling her the things in his little bitty imagination for his future. It was about him. It was about him. What does he want? What's he think? What's coming out of him? Oh, mommy, I want a beautiful girl, black girl, skinny girl. And here she come. And remember, this is just one little boy on video. Here she come with her shit. Do you want a woman to look like mommy? And immediately you saw it on his face. First the confusion, then the understanding, and then he's like, mommy, you love, and he right over and hugged her. Right over and hugged her. That's a grown-ass woman. Can't keep her insecurities off of a child. And this is the thing. The role he was playing, supporting her emotion, validating her feelings and insecurities, was his father's role, was her husband's role. And so not only is he going to have to fill it for her, he's not going to get any acknowledgement for it. And he's going to assume this is the basis of what it means to be with a woman. We don't get credit for the emotional labor we put in. See, this ain't spooky. This shit ain't spooky. It don't need to be spooky to understand masculinity, maleness. The masculine, as in the divine masculine, is a whole different thing. I'm sorry, I left the chat out, bro. Excuse me. Timberlatage said, bro, you talking right now. Hey, man, I don't know when you came in, but I gotta let it go. It's a shit storm, bro. I'm gonna talk that shit. No sassiness. I'm talking shit. I'm a little late, but glad to get this stream. Sut Titan AAA, good to see you, man. Ryan Morrow, commenting because of onion taco, huh? Oh, I couldn't think of something that you had to have in a taco. Because as soon as I said taco, I realized the slip because tacos are so fucking versatile. But I'm like, damn, okay, what do I usually have in a taco? That's almost always there is the onion. But then I'm like, damn, what if a nigga don't want an onion? It's falling apart. Then I went up to onion taco. I'm like, no, it's really not gonna work. Damn. But the point, the point was like the original analogy. It's like you get a dog and you annoy it of barking. Like this man, he's in a relationship with a woman. They about to get married. And he don't know how to contend with a monthly cycle. And you see, you leave it up to women, they'll just kind of assume we're born knowing this. Because a lot of the nature shit they know how to do, they're born knowing how to do. They don't know how they know how to do it. They just know they know how to do it. And that's part of nature. See, girls are mated women by nature. She gonna get that blood whether or not she want it. It's gonna come when it's time, boom. Grass on the field, ball in play. Throw ass out there. That's how nature, look, nature set it up. Go punch a tree, nature set that up. And for generations, thousands of years, we developed cultures to not only secure our family lineages, but to give women the best we could based on what the fuck the culture had. Men were always made. There was always a possibility you ain't gonna make it. Women never had that possibility. There was never a place where, even nature works like that. Motherfuckers talk about mitochondrial DNA and all the special stuff about the XX. Look, bro, you missing it. Nature experiments with the masculine, and all the successes of the masculine are contained in the female. She's a container. She's a vessel. She's a means to an end. That's even on spiritual shit. Masculine and feminine. The masculine is the archetype of the perfection. The feminine is the mechanism to replicate the perfection. And the child, for good measure, is that perfection replicated. It's father, mother, child. It's an easy dynamic. It's an easy dynamic to understand. But see, this is the thing. Motherfuckers ain't trying to understand it. They're trying to subtly push this feminism shit. And they don't even know where to get it from. Episodes 40 and 41. Please, y'all. Fucking fuck. Him all red. Boy, him is in the building. This nigga is him. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the show. I love that. I put spiritual women on a pedestal in my early 20s. Yeah, bruh. This shit is granting me greater range and perspective on fuck shit, especially my own. That one. This is why I fuck with Lucy Bay, man. Yes, there's all kind of bullshit and horse shit all over the place. But if you don't get yours in order, you're not gonna be able to navigate it. And you can't, like, that's why I say masculine medicine. Medicine, it is the thing where, well, if I'm gonna take it, they gotta take it too. No, medicine ain't a group thing. It's for you to get better. So you take the masculine medicine first, and once you're healed, it works. It works. I'm telling you, It's not the super all-healed spooky Buddha. No. It's once you understand the nature of your predicament and you can actually begin to engage with it. Because I tell you what, I don't care if she's spiritual, not spiritual, she dressed goth, she drive a truck, she got kids, she's a vegan. I don't give a fuck. She's not gonna heal until you build a nest. She cannot come out of survival mode until you not only build a nest, but then she gains comfort with the nest and understands she's not just gonna get kicked out. You gotta give them immunity before they start confessing. Bruh. Anyways, let me continue with this, bruh. Because it's not a bad thing. It's that no one put you on game. No one puts you on game because the motherfuckers who's supposed to put you on game get put out the house, or they're not self-aware enough to even begin to put you on game. Bruh, I'm telling you, let them cook. Hey man, look, you taught me how to do it. You showed me the good shit, man. Cooking it out with the wrist. Okay, sorry. You know, it's fun. It's fun for me. I realized this shit when I first got married. Happy wife, more bullshit. No, man. Yeah, man. Look, this is why if you guys have not seen the Timeless Knowledge Store, check it out. Hey, look, even fuck me. Go just watch go listen to the Black Phillip Show. All of it. Don't just listen to a few episodes, say, man, this is revolutionary, I get it now, and then assume you don't have to listen to the whole thing or don't have to listen to it more than once. I hate you niggas. Oh my God. Stop. See, I'm getting better. Check it out, man. There's a lot to be said that we don't talk about. You gotta know how women work. A woman wants a guy who just gets it. What you think that mean? You think that mean I want to sit around while you develop into the thing I want you to be? No. And that's not bad. That's not against nature. See, man, when you start to see what you provide, bro, you don't take it for granted. Hell yeah, go punch a tree. That's the best I can do, Shruti. Oh no. They're my twigs. When they come back with splinters on their fist every afternoon. I don't want to talk about it. Oh shit. You gotta make the wife angry every 3 days. That's a happy marriage. Bruh, look, because that's what I'm saying. I didn't understand what it means that they're emotional beings. It's real, bruh. It's so deeply emotional. Like we don't get it until we have to get into the mud with them. I'm telling you, bruh. They like all the emotion. I don't care what emotion it is. Happiness, sadness, desperation, any drama is food. I'm telling you. And once again, it's not a bad thing. If I'm talking to you about running a business and I tell you the business needs me to spend money on it, that's not a bad thing. You got to pay the cost to do business. You know, go back to happiness through husbandry. If I tell you I just got a goat in my farm and the goat likes to try and jump over the fence, is that the goat's fault? No, it's mine. But hey man, because I get it. Shit hurts sometimes. Every nigga need a dose of Timeless Tour, surface level purposes. Yeah, man, just go back and review every now and then, bro, because you get soft. I'm telling you, they titties and they pretty smile and that butt meat, it makes you soft. I'm telling you. You can't help it. And then don't tell me you got kids too. You got kids, you're probably even more fucked. It makes you soft. It makes you soft. And it's not, once again, saying they should or shouldn't do something. It's the natural process. You gotta re-up every now and then, dude. I'm telling you. Okay, let me continue, bro. See, I told you this would happen. I told you this would happen. All right, let me continue. Let me mute my dumb ass.
All right. So, like I was saying, shout out to my boy Marlon. Sent me this because we were talking about the Black Goddess Syndrome, to the point where you have some of these women that have been socialized to believe that they are so much better than their men for so long that it eventually reached epic proportions and delved into the realm of the mythological. This is a discussion that he was having with the woman on Facebook, more of a debate. She came onto his channel, started debating with him, and it reads, he says, some chick said this to me today in a thread. I'm becoming more and more convinced that many seriously want us to sort of worship and fear them. And so the quote that he puts in here says, oh my God, you are so low vibration. How do you live? The black woman is the closest thing to a living God among humans or mankind.
Now you know this ain't uncommon. You know it ain't uncommon. You hear the narrative. The black woman is God. First of all, you done added race to the cosmology. You can go ahead and stop. You motherfuckers loving to try and track blackness all the way into the past. You wrong. Episode 40 and 41. I'm telling you, I've covered it all. Episode 40 and 41. They don't track to the past like that. You want to track melanin? You motherfuckers are so caught up on melanin. First of all, it's particulate matter. It's particulate matter. It's part of the ontology of physicalism, of materialism. First of all. Second of all, if we're gonna let's just pretend. Who cares if it's materialism? Okay, cool. Melanin. There's so many different types of melanin. If it has a complex nervous system, it has some type of melanin. And then niggas want to say melanin is carbon. Like you gotta get your shit together, bro. Cause it's cap. It's pseudoscience cap. Melanin exists. Okay, cool. It maybe even has some super properties in terms of materialism in the physical world. Cool. It ain't spiritual. It ain't spiritual. Like I talking about, bro, mitochondrial DNA. That's not just in Homo sapien females. It's almost standard in the cells of biology now. Once again, nature experiments with the male. Whatever the male finds that works is contained in the female to be replicated and pushed into the future. She's not the one nature experiments with. She's the one nature says, look, everything that works, we're gonna put it in you. Not so that you can have it, so that it is you, so that you can pass it on, so that you can fulfill a duty. See, a motherfucker get the title of governor, that doesn't mean they're the governor. The governor itself is vested power and can be vested with anyone. The woman is vested with the perfection that has been collected by the male. Why is she vested with it? Because it's her duty to pass it on to the child. Fuck you mean. These niggas have no idea what they're talking about. Parthenogenesis, the black woman is God. Get race out of the cosmos, first of all. And if she's God, what the fuck am I? Once again, this is the subtle implication, the subtle humility. I'm humble. Really? I tell you right now, I'll take her all the way down to mundane shit, bruh. No woman respects or cares for a man that worships her. Unless it's her baby, no. Unless it's her baby, no. She's not even interested in that. Because that's the thing. If you a thing that looks like that to her, you're classified as a baby emotionally. Because once again, they're not thinking logic. They're not thinking rational. Not at first. They filter their logic through their emotions. We filter our emotions through our logic. Okay. If she can feel like she needs to protect and nurture you, you're in the category of a baby. But if she has the place where she don't feel she has to nurture you, and that you gonna come and give that to her, you're in the category of male. See, it's not about the particulars of what you've done or what reality is. It's about how she feels. That's what her reality is. Her feeling, her emotional state. See, bro, it can all be so simple. Learn about women. You don't need to mystify the mundane and do the spiritual simping. She is hooked. She hooked on the hero cookies and all this spiritual simping. coming out the side of her neck with this bullshit. I'd love to debate one of you dumb motherfuckers, the black woman is God. You better get out your goddamn... I'd love, but niggas don't debate, because everybody is right. Check this stuff, dude, because look, you say you want a spiritual woman. This is kind of what's out here. This is why I showed y'all Kevin Samuels. It's easy for you to laugh and say, ha, look at that woman, she just doesn't get it. Okay, cool, you're probably right. Actually, I'll be certain you're right. But if you go out here looking for a woman, that's what you get. Regardless of whether or not you do or don't think she's right, that's what you get. And you need to know how to deal with it. You need to know how to just get it. Whatever, man. Let me continue here, bro. Let me continue. You're really good at the spiritual stuff. Reminds me of Brother Hemmett. Hey, man. Look, I make it look easy now because I've done it for a long time. Not only have I done that, but I've done a lot of other things. See, man, that's why I don't disregard people who have mundane titles. Because you have to work for it. Well, in terms of the titles you have to work for, we better talk about this shit here. Because all of a sudden, everybody's a motherfucking healer. But all these hurt and sick, toxic people, all these motherfuckers are healers. Don't have to do no work for it. Whatever, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that today. It's part of the conversation. I see relationships like that. The woman treat her husband like a son, and she can't respect him. And it's not because she's thinking in her head, logically, in a rational sense. He's done this, and because of this, and in this way, and here. No, it starts off in, this is how I feel. And it goes from there. You start with the feeling, and you filter the thoughts through it. Men, we start with the thought, and we filter our feelings through it. So, and he's not on game. And hell, she's not on game either, but I mean, she's not required to be on game. Just like a child isn't required to come in this world at any point and know anything about what their parents have to go through. They don't have to know. Hell, younger siblings don't have to know what their older siblings go through. They just come and they benefit. It's nature. It's nature. Look, if I was mad at that, where are my house plants? I'm gonna shake the shit out of them. Like, look, it's nature. And so we just not put on game to the dynamic between us. We're so used to the rhetoric of everyone's equal, everyone's the same, but suddenly the black woman is, it's like, whatever, nigga. Terrence Parks, good to see you in the chat. Good to see you in the chat. I don't think I've seen you before. Good, welcome to the show, man. Elizabeth Bay, melanin was the perfect rebound for niggas' displacement of their blackness. Yep. I'm gonna read it again because that was on point. Melanin was the perfect rebound for niggas' displacement of their blackness. Oh yeah. Well, niggas love people of color. Niggas colored people again. Like, motherfuckers are so quick to try and find some way to do this new thing where they just ignore that whiteness exists and what it is. People of color. Look, if you took all the motherfuckers in the world, right, put them in a room, and said all the people of color on this side of the room, you wouldn't even have to say white people on the other side, because that's all that'd be left. What is people of color? Another way of not saying white. Melanated people. It's not about black and white. It's the melanin, really. Still didn't do no research. It was always about black and white. That's what you did. You retransposed it over it. Why? Because you're scared to admit to whiteness. Because then you also have to talk about how we play into it too. I know, it sucks, it hurts. But that shit ain't spiritual, bro. It ain't. I like what it did for me, but you can't stop there. You can't. Hey, look, we all usually start with the Afrocentric thing. You hit that good shit. Boy, you come out of Jesus, they got the dashiki and a little flat top crown. Boy, you go, oh shit, this is hot. This is hot. They got the necklace. I get the bitches just saying this. Okay. Can't stop there though. I know, I understand. Yes, son, good to see you in the chat. Boy, this little nigga actually watching. All right, now look, I don't want to crush your dreams about the divine money. Good to see you, bro. Dawson, morning. Good to see you in the chat. You talking to yes, son. We talked on Instagram yesterday. Cash22, tune in. Oh, okay, cool. Yes, I remember you. Yeah. See, man, I like to try and talk to people. This is what I do. This is what I do as a consultant. I talk to people. Especially goons, man. Nobody give a fuck about us. Not even us. And we don't even realize it. We don't have a language to begin to give a fuck about us. But hey, man, I'm here to put the man back in manifestation, because I tell you what, ain't nobody else in this motherfucker doing it. Let go.
You are so low vibration. How do you live? The black woman is the closest thing to a living God among humans or mankind. Send me another clip. He says, you said the black woman is the closest thing to a living God. You really believe in that? She says, my education tells me so. We're the only organisms on the planet that can make every variety of human. The fact that you don't know that basic factoid means that you're having a conversation you are not properly prepared to have.
My education tells me. Now you see how vague and easy to overlook that is? My education telling me. Wonder what the fuck her education is. Like real shit. Real shit. Because there's no biology to saying, because race ain't biological. Fuck! Race ain't biological. God, what education she talking about? Repeating pseudoscience. Because it feels good, and you're confident about it, and so you say it. See, most of you motherfuckers had an issue with confidence. And that's the only reason you do what you do, because it makes you feel confident. You self-hating bastard. Fuck, see, I say I'm a piece of shit, and I mean it. I'm not uncomfortable with it. You're uncomfortable with it. You deny it. Fuck out of here. Stop denying it. Get in the mud. You on your high horse and your high horse is sinking in the mud. Atreyu! Atreyu! Get off your fucking high horse. Oh my God. I'm sorry, the never ending story. Babe, we gotta watch that shit tonight. We watch that shit today. Fuck you, me. Atreyu! That nigga had that horse in the mud. That's what I'm saying. Niggas is on a high horse, knee deep in the mud, talking shit with their nose in the air. And it's because of this fake humility. It's the fake humility. Be real, bruh. She called her own info a factoid. And see, like, this Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, this man's been in universities, like he said, for 30 plus years. He's gone through the academic process. He even talks about how he used to be a black feminist and would teach this shit to boys to their face. And then once he realized from actually listening to black men that the shit he was saying was bullshit, he changed. He took the new information and said, hey, you know what? I've been fucking wrong. I've been very wrong. And moved in the direction that the evidence points to. So you don't come up with an idea first and then try and find evidence for it. Maybe a hypothesis, but then you go and prove the hypothesis. Motherfuckers come up with a conclusion and then go look for evidence, you flat earthers. Fuck. This pseudoscience is being passed off as spirituality. That's where it pisses me off. It's cap. It's cap. You want to talk about a spiritual woman, she's still a woman, dude. Still a woman. And this is the shit she gonna say. So you can laugh on the show with me, haha, that's ridiculous. She gonna come up in your house, eating your food, leaving her little hair tied at your house, she can come back and shit, and she gonna say this. She gonna say it 3 or 4 times. In different ways. Try and find a way to sustain it. And if you can't defeat it 10 times, you lose. And it's your fault. Whatever, man. Fuck me, right? My education tells me, bro. Exactly. You know, never read this story. You gotta watch this. Okay, sorry, excuse me. That was the saddest shit as a kid. That takes heart to do that, to find yourself wrong and then fix it. Yeah, see, it depends on what you're dedicated to. When you're dedicated to knowing when you have a thirst to know, that's like vampire thirst for blood. That's higher than the rest of the shit. It takes precedence all the time. Like, what? You're not gonna beat the thirst, okay? When you have a thirst to know and you're actively open to the idea that you could be wrong, it don't hurt. It don't hurt. It's like, oh shit, what the, like, okay, tripping and falling does hurt, but it's like you get up and okay, that hurt a little bit. But these niggas, you trip and fall, you see there Peter Griffin. Prolonging your own bullshit. Alright, look. It's okay to be wrong. That's how you learn to be right. You gotta challenge the things you know, and the more open you are to that, the less it'll surprise you when you find it. I'm telling you, bro. I literally had a woman say she wants God because she gives life. And look, I'm gonna go ahead and correct this shit here for you too. They don't give life. We do. We're the spark. She may be the wood in the fire. Okay, she may be the wood in the fire. I'll give her that. I'll give her the heat from the fire. Fuck you talking about? Don't none of that shit come around without dick. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Not you, Taj. I'm sorry. Excuse me. The hypothetical person I was talking to in my mind. Not you. Not fuck you. You're laughing with me. I understand. And it's not. Look, the child would be the heat. Okay, the child would be the heat. So you got to understand the dynamic between father, mother, and child. That's the. You want to talk about this in a spiritual sense? That's the archetype. That's what's the word? Not simply coloring, not defining, informing. There we go. That's the archetype that informs the dynamics between males, females, and the family. That's the dynamic that informs that. It's not to say what you're supposed to do is do what the archetype does. God. Because there's archetypes for everything. So how are you gonna pick? That's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers is quick to say, I'm the dark, rebellious, feminine. Ah, watch out, Kevin Samuels. Fuck out of here, dude. Because motherfuckers don't know what they talking about. It's superstition all over again. It's superstitions and pseudoscience. And if you repeat it enough, motherfuckers assume, hey, it must be true. It's cap. It's hella cap. Oh my God. Jizzy crazy. Man, look, women are crazy. They know it. They'll tell you. I need someone who can handle me. Bruh, they know this. It's guys, we're so inundated from listening to them. Equal. We're the same. We should do it again. We should do all the things the same and not have anything that's different until she needs something, right? Well, stop. Ask kids that about parents. They'll tell you the same thing. This is why I say women are the children of the adult world. The dynamic that a man and a woman have in a relationship is likened to that of a parent and a child. I did not say it's the same. I said it's likened, okay? Women are the children of the adult world. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bug in the system. It's a feature. It's how it works. But yeah, so you're going to have to know this stuff better than she does. Because this is what you're going to get. And it's not spiteful. It's not intentionally malicious. It's organic in a way that's disgusting when you start to get in there, man. It's like, fuck. Like, okay. I don't know if she'd feel comfortable with me saying that she did this. Because I've talked to her a couple times about it. It was funny. But I know a woman who did this one time. It was like after we looked at it, we were both laughing because it was funny. But like she was doing the subtle superiority thing, and it was getting to her how much was coming down, all the pressure, you know. And at first she was crying about that subtle superiority, but in the form of victimhood. But then when we kind of peeled it back and you see the superiority, she was just like, I was just crying over my superiority bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, you were. But it's like, I understand that. I understand the way the emotions are going to conflict because they're not linear. See, it's not get women to be more correct. They're going to do what they want to do. They always do what they want to do. See, we didn't understand how necessary the frameworks of our cultures and religions were to the sustaining of our families. We just thought people are like this. People care about this by nature. They don't. We're fucking animals. You got to be outside your mind, bro. In the mud, in the shit. Fucking animals with this shit. It makes me a level of analysis. All right, so yeah, let me continue. Let me continue. Talking my shit.
Now, this is grade A bullshit for one, but beyond that, I suppose black men ain't had nothing to do with that, right? Black men don't produce, create black children.
I don't know. I didn't even think about it, bro. It's stupid as fuck to think the black woman is the only one that can create any group of human being. Now, first of all, I'd love to see evidence for it. Okay, cool. But let's say it exists. Let's say in your womb, as a black woman, you can create anyone. What that mean about me? Because you let me tell it. Real shit. I can put anything in anyone's womb every day of the week. I don't need 9 months. Fuck you mean? Because I'm the one that starts life. And if it ain't no scale you gonna play, ain't bound in the root note. Ain't no chord you gonna play on an instrument, ain't bound in the root note. Bitch, I'm the root note. Fuck you mean? Women give. No, they don't. You nurture it. You nurture it. I give it. Because without that lingam, that yoni ain't gonna do nothing but bleed. It need dick to come around and do something. Y'all motherfuckers playing, boy. But the great mother, shut up. Get off mama's titty. She mad about it, but she too nice to tell you anything. Get off her titty, it's mine. Fuck you mean? Get a job.
You're just along for the ride, right? But I'm not even going to entertain this with a serious rebuttal because it's fantastical bullshit. Fundamental belief, not only in her divinity, but more importantly, in your mortality as a black male. In other words, she's immortal, you're not. She's divine, you're not. She's a queen, you're a drone. Not a king, you're a drone. But all of this is the fallout of the radicalization that Brittany Cooper and others like her ignore. Whether we're talking about the contempt for black men, the trashing of black men, or the divination of black women, which presupposes the downplaying of black men in a metaphysical kind of sense even.
Just like I said, you kind of hear outside. It's interesting. I just heard it was the double audio. Anyways. Yeah, man, this is what we're talking about. Some women were men in their past lives. Yeah, some women were men. Some people were maybe a roach or a plant or a rock. I don't know. Could be. I'd say so. But we could debate about it. And you'd have to have actual framework to talk about. Anyways. Yeah, bro. It's male and female isn't masculine and feminine. Male and female isn't masculine and feminine. That's like saying if I had water in here, the cup is the water. That's not the case. The water is shaped and conditioned by the cup, most certainly, but the water is not the cup. The water is not the cup. Male and female are reservoirs for the water of masculine and feminine. Masculine and feminine define one another. Male and female contain one another. See, androgyny is the child. It's not something that exists before masculine and feminine. It's the combination of the two. You cannot combine two things that do not yet exist. Once they express, then you combine them. And then you get the child. See, what I was planning on doing is doing a triple blackness of space lecture at the end of this. I was supposed to mention it at the beginning. Because I didn't mention it at the beginning, I question whether or not I'm going to do it. Well, see, the triple blackness of space is not just triple because the word triple sounds spooky. It's triune by nature. It's triune. The Great Mother is only feminine in name. In name. The Great Mother is only feminine in name. The triple blackness of space is father, mother, and child. Unexpressed. And the child is the only aspect of the triple blackness of space that goes forth into expression. The mother and the father do not. The mother and the father do not. It's only the child. Motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about, though. They just want to say, I'm the fool. Look at me. No, you're not. You're just dumb. Fuck out of here. Some of the motherfuckers with roaches in their past, like, hell yeah, man. Look, I respect roaches, man. These niggas been around. Alright? I'm a roach lord. Unfortunately. Look, well, some of the other motherfuckers. Anyway, hell yeah, man. Look, motherfuckers is too caught up in their human narrative. They're too caught up in the ontological category of matter. They are caught up in the ontological category of matter. Go ahead, say energy. Same thing. You're in the same family, same pantheon. You don't know what these words mean, but they feel good. Really, our ancestors were talking about the energy. No, they weren't. Energy is part of the ontological category of matter. Matter as a category is devoid of anything that is not particulate. Everything in the realm of matter is particulate. What we are discussing is not particulate by any means when we talk about spiritual. Fuck, man, niggas are so caught up in framing their reality with matter. It's your melanin, it's your DNA, it's the spirulina in the digestive system when it passes through the area of the sacral chakra. All of that is material. I don't give a fuck what you got in your brain. It's meat. It's worm food. You could have a worm in there right now and not know it. You could have a worm in there right now and not know it. Nibbling your pineal. Fuck you mean? It's meat. You gonna tell me a tiny piece of meat with some calcium on it stop the almighty? Boy, you gotta be outside your fucking mind. But the ontological category of matter, yeah, you outside your goddamn fucking mind. Shit. You gonna tell me, look at they were talking about the flat earth and no they weren't. You have no idea what they're talking about. You see a fucking picture and assume you know something. God damn it. God damn it. The Great Mother is a deadbeat mother. If she's your mama, what you doing here on earth by yourself, can't figure it out, lost and hurt and in pain. Where the fuck she at, huh? Where the fuck she at? Got planet Earth taking care of your ass, and she got more children she know what to do with. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? A great mother is a deadbeat mom. How I know? A great father is a deadbeat father too. Yup. And the great child is a tyrannical infant. A tyrannical infant. Okay? Quit trying to make this shit some new titty you can suck on because you don't want to let go of the fact that you don't get to feel like a baby no more. What's gonna protect me? I gotta be a child of Oshun. So I can get a sky mama. Because really it was always sky mama and not sky daddy. Shut up! Niggas is using spirituality to cover up their dysfunction. And it's cap. Don't fall into it. Don't fall for it. Because I'm not gonna be in your house when you gotta talk some motherfucker out of this shit. Just to put the parasites right back in. But stop. Yeah. Look, I'm talking, bro. I need to cleanse something, bro. Look, they tell you not to wrestle with a pig and shit because they like it. I'm the pig. I gotta cleanse something, bro. I'm not even playing. Okay, let's go. Let's get back into this, man.
what you're talking about is metaphysics when you're referring to Brother Bobby Hemmett or somebody like Phil Valentine. Okay, and so again, all these are based upon spiritual truths. The problem is that you will have people who will basically cherry pick what they want to emphasize, right? Okay, right. And so obviously in the realm of spirituality, you have both the male and female principle, not person, principle. Okay, those are energies. Okay, and so, but there are both of those things, and so where you have with these feminists will jump in, they will just focus on just the female aspect of it and ignore the balancing perspective of the male. Okay, not saying that it is what they're saying is wrong by talking about the female principle, but it takes it out of context when they don't include the aspect of the male, and so you take it basically it's out of balance, and so that's what having, where just basically just people make up their own
cosmology,
your philosophy by just picking and choosing from certain different spiritual tenets.
Right.
The picking and choosing to build some ragtag low resolution cosmology that they want to tell you is their most recent channel from Thunderbird. Fuck out of here. Look, man, y'all motherfuckers was mad at Christians because they pick and choose from the Bible what and how they want to believe. But then here you go, picking and choosing only what's motivational and inspirational so you can push forward together with confidence because you a motherfucker that ain't got enough confidence to begin with and you're using spirituality to cover your dysfunction. Damn it. I want to talk metaphysics like you motherfuckers had any inkling. God damn. The picking and choosing, bro, and I get it, bro. I get it. It's what you did as a Christian. It's what you did when you first got out, but you got to be able to recognize when you're full of shit. You got to. Ain't no one else obligated to do it. The shaker move is a shit, man. Hey, right? I gotta feel it. I gotta feel it when you know how they be, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, this shit is so common. And no one addresses it. It's just assume this is spirituality because the women are doing it and we need to follow the women because the master and the white man didn't follow the women. But stop. Y'all niggas dumb as fuck. But I get it. I get it. That's why I get so mad. Because I don't want to do the thing where the reverse virtue signal where it's like, I just can't understand how anyone could do something like that. I don't do things like that. Me and my friends would never dream of doing that. Reverse virtue signal. It's a reverse virtue signal. It's feigning ignorance to look more virtuous. Okay? Because a lot of times, bruh, when I can figure out why I would have done what they did, I get it. I can start to get it. Then I start to say, okay, that's how I could have done it. What do they have in their life that would have added to this texture, to this context? Okay, now I can see how what they go through, what their perspective is. I can see why they would have done it. I wouldn't agree, but I see why they would have done it. OJ, look, I'm not saying you should have killed her, but I understand. whatever, right? I'm on the 5th go around watching last week's Metaphysical Maps. This shit is a hit. Yo, I'm glad it's sticking for you. I hope so. I'm having the conundrum where what I think is the fundamentals are still way too dense and over people's head. And so I got to get to the fundamentals of the fundamentals. Yeah, but I mean, it gives me plenty of topics to talk about. But hey, man, please look at it again, share it, cut it up, do what you want with it. Like I said, man, y'all take it and do what you want with it. But do, I appreciate the want, I appreciate the love and the presence, most especially the presence. But take it and do something. Take it and build something. Cause then I can shout you out. That's what I'm saying. Now I can say, hey, my homie right here building something. Like Mr. Think Outside the Box. He'll take the stuff, repost it, share it some, and he got other stuff to be hidden. And I can talk about, hey, look, this is what my homie doing. So that's the reason I say it. Not because I'm saying like, you're not doing enough, get to work. It's, once you build something with it, I can share that too. I can say, hey, look, this is my homie doing. That's why I encourage y'all to do whatever you want with it. I know one nigga say he's gonna put something on a beat or sample something. He still ain't done that. You gotta tell me. Just do it. Whatever. Hey, it was so good. I went back and watched the original Chakra lecture. Yeah, man. And bro, to be honest, I didn't finish it. Oh shit! Here, I'm gonna throw this in here because I meant to do it at the beginning of the show. But here, because when just for you two specifically, special. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching, paying attention, giving a fuck. Here's what it was. I was watching, and I saw, because that was the first time I had to put all the information together. Like I said, it was the worst version of that lecture you're ever gonna get. But I was watching myself describe the inter and intra connection, and I did it awful. I did it wrong, to be completely honest. So what I'm gonna do is talk about that real quick. I'm gonna give y'all some metaphysics out the gate, okay? Because this is what I fucking do. Don't just say the word. It needs spooky validation. All right. Stop being a dick, dude. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. This is a pentagon, all right? 5 points, 5 sides. The lines that connect the points, this is called an interconnection, okay? Where each point is connected to the point that's closest to it or next to it, okay? This is an interconnection, all right? What I'm gonna show you here, go right way, go right way. Yep, all right. This blue line represents an intra connection, okay? So any connection with the other points that isn't already expressed in the interconnection is expressed in the intra connection, okay? So let's look at it real close, okay? This point here, it's already connected to these 2 points in the interconnection. In the intra connection, it connects to the remaining 2 points, okay? And what happens when you take this all the way to its full expression so that you can see both the interconnection and intra-connection, the original shape reflects itself within in reverse. The original shape reflects itself within in reverse. You see, remember when we talked about the fractal triangle, all right? First of all, reflecting itself within. It doesn't do it like this does. Because look, let me show you. All right. This is the interconnections of a triangle. Okay. This is the interconnections. This is the intra-connection. It's the same shape. Okay, so the intra-connection isn't reflected on the inside. What is reflected on the inside is the infinite nature of the space it's on, okay? Because once again, you go from 0, 1, 2, and then 3, okay? So this is the first time empty space is enclosed at all. That's what's so revolutionary about 3, about the triangle, about the third in an octave. All right, major or minor. This is what's so revolutionary about it. It's the first time you enclose space in terms of music. It's the first time you create that cycle, or you kind of trace out the golden mean ratio. It's the first time empty space is enclosed, and within that empty space, you can infinitely divide it. Okay? So you have the finite exterior and the infinite interior. Okay? So that's the inter and intra connection for 3. So the intra connection isn't reflecting the shape within. Okay? No. Where's the next one? No, I'll just exit this out. I got another one. Hold on. There we go. We'll do it with the square as well. Because I need you to understand, this only comes around at 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4 can't do this. So here's the interconnection for a square, okay? Once again, the points that are closest or most proximal are connected in interconnection. Let's do the intra connection. Boom. That's as far as it goes. Now, mind you, you can argue that a cross is a square with the corners turned in. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Jesus dies on the cross. 3 moves through 4 to rise as 5, because we talked about how 5 rises from 4. Jesus dying on the cross to become the risen Savior. Okay, so that's once again the intra connection. This is the first time the intra connection reflects the original shape within it. Okay. This is the first time that intra connection reflects the original shape within it. Okay, this is the 5 is the trans-dimensional number. Okay, you have that flat surface of the 4 of the plane, 5 rising up, and the atmosphere into which 5 rises is 6. Okay, now when you seal these things together, there's arguments for just the 7 or the 5 and the 5 making 10. But I think the 5 and the 5 making 10 combine these two. All right, because look, once again, 5-fold pattern. Follow me. With the Vitruvian man, the 5 senses, the 4 limbs and the head, the 4 fingers and the thumb. Okay, that 5-fold pattern. The exterior 5-fold pattern reflects itself within. Okay, it reflects itself within. This is where you get the concept of gender. Okay, because this is what you're doing. Because think about it like this: if this 5 reflecting the 5 within gives you a 10, okay, and you take 2 10s and add pieces of their 5s together, what do you get? Another 10. Just like male and female coming together, given that the whole collection of themselves reflected within, mixed with someone else's, and so you get the 5 and the 5 and the 10. And 10 is completion. 9 is not completion. It's all things as everything. But this isn't a conversation about 9. But yeah, I wanted to go back and talk about interconnection and intra-connection, okay? Because this relationship of intra-connection is built on throughout the rest of the unfolding of the quantities. 7-fold, the root chakra is on the face of the cube, physical. The crown chakra is on the face of the sphere, where these motherfuckers meet and where is the most of the observable distinctions. Where do they meet and where are the most observable distinctions? See, in the middle of one lecture, I'm going to do another one. This is one of them. There's one of them. To be completely honest, what I would say, because when we're looking at this square and circle, this is the shadow of a cube and a sphere, okay? So where I would say the two meet or come together is the center and these 4 corners. Now, the center, where the square and the sphere, or the cube and the sphere, are nested together in that center, that is what I would say is the complete mixing of them, okay? But where do I have? Where's my nested? Here it is. Boom. Okay. Remember, yeah. Here, I can just do this, can't I? No, not on this side. Come. Come. So they can see it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. All right. Compare the two for you. Okay. That's a cube and a sphere nested together. A cube and a sphere nested together at a ratio of 9 to 8. Okay, a cube and a sphere nest together at a ratio of 9 to 8. Hold on, let me look at this. Because in music, there's something else that's a ratio of 9 to 8. Or is it 8 to 9? It may be 9 to 8. I think the ratio of a whole tone in music is either 8 to 9 or 9 to 8. Anyways, what that means, if the sides of the cube are 8 inches, so to speak, then the diameter of the diameter of the sphere is going to be 9 inches. So if it's 8 on the cube, it's 9 on the sphere. At a ratio of 9 to 8, they nest together perfectly, okay? The places I say where it's most obvious is that center. Okay, can I put my mouse on it? Yeah, my mouse isn't really big. I noticed that when I was looking at the video. My mouse isn't really big. Maybe I can do something about that. I don't know. Anyways, where they're most connected is the center. That's going to be heart chakra. That's going to be, if you look at it in the tree of life, it's going to be Teferet, the one that's in the center. Okay, and then more especially if you look at it from the perspective of the four worlds, the four worlds doctrine for the tree of life. But yeah, and see, this is the thing. Like, you don't start on the outside of the sphere, because the sphere that's the sphere's jurisdiction. You never left Kansas, Dorothy. You never left Kansas. Because look, this goes into the Trinity. Think of the circle as 1, the square is 2, and the process here is 3. The circle, reality at large. The square, reality in context. The circle, the self and participation. Okay, this is the participation of the process. This is what the divine child does. It goes through. This is the journey of the divine child. You look at the tarot. That's the journey of the fool. Same difference. So there's densities to the fool. This is why 0 is the triple blackness of space. It's father, mother, and child. It's mother only it's feminine only in name. This is where I'm lost, but I'll get it. Well, hold on. If you lost, ask a question. What are you lost about? If you're not sure what you lost about, start with what you understand. Yeah, bro, ask. This is what I'm saying. Don't settle for being lost. I appreciate your own honesty in it, because for some people that is monumental, but formulate a question, because asking a question is half of getting the answer, bro. Hell yeah. Because to me, the reason I need those questions, because to me, this is basic. This is basic to me. The whole topic. What do you mean the whole topic, bro? The whole topic of what, chakras? Did you watch the first video? Did you watch the metaphysical maps? Because chakras ain't things in the physical body. Niggas love to make them things in the physical body, but they're not. Like I said, man, there's so many all of this comes from the Trinity. I'm telling you, all the shit I talk about comes from the Trinity. If you understand the Trinity, all the rest of this will make sense. I swear, nothing that I'm doing is anything other than manipulating the Trinity and the dynamics that are inherent with it, the qualities of that quantity. I'm telling you, it's so simple. To me, that's why I spend so much time on the Trinity talking shit, because it's that simple to me. It's just the Trinity. But anyways, let's continue with this, because I want to get in here on this.
And one of the things I noticed with that, two things that come to mind when I think about that. One is trying to get you to buy into whatever their cosmology is. And if it's syncretic, meaning they engage multiple practices, the moment, going back to what Sarah said a moment ago, the moment you try to hold them accountable to whatever their tradition is, they hop to another tradition.
Right.
So there's a fluidity that they maintain for themselves, but not for you. You know, they have fluidity, you don't. You know, and I want to be mindful too, when, like, you know, I've heard this term, you know, used way more often than I had growing up, where everybody's a priestess, everybody's a mother goddess. And the thing I noticed about it, when you start paying attention, first of all, these titles, even if you're not in a particular spiritual practice, it's kind of like if you say I'm a black belt. Now, if I tell y'all I'm a black belt, your first question is going to be, all right, where'd you get it from? What is the institution that you demonstrated prowess and mastery to get awarded this rank from? When you got people using these terms that can't point to anything outside of something they woke up and decided to call themselves, that's red flag number one. You know what I mean? That should be, you know. But the other thing I noticed too is part of the lure and the manipulation is to try to get people to believe that they're in touch with something beyond, something you don't have contact with. They know the future, they know what's coming, and if they can buy your adherence with these kind of performances, that's another way of hustling disciples.
Let me see what's in the chat here. Hold on. The heart. I see was anticipating fine, like a physical and non-physical meeting. Considering Asian atmosphere and experience in the territory is going to be experienced differently than a map. Yeah, that's true. No. I get you. No. The experience of the territory is different than experiencing the map, and especially when you confuse the map with the territory. So I understand what you mean. Think about it this way, and this is part of the reason that intra connection is so important. Because you never leave, you're never in the physical world. Just like you're never in a video game. You have plenty of dynamics or a relationship with the world and the avatar in it. Most certainly. You know when it's low on health, when its stamina is low. If you're playing The Sims, all kind of shit. Okay, so, yeah, this is why the intra connection exists, okay? Because it's reflecting itself within itself. Like when we're looking at the space between 3 and 9, you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This 5 is the entrance into that process. 4 is the base. It's one side of that cube. 5 is the entrance into that process. That's why it's transdimensional like that. That's why it moves from one plane to the next. That's why this is why that intra connection is so important. Because without it, there's no moving forward. There's no moving forward. Like remember I talked about this with the zodiac. Here, let me show you this real quick before I jump back in what I was going to talk about with this. Bop, 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 bop. There we go. Give him that. Remember, there's your Taurus 3-dimensional, right? There's your Taurus 3-dimensional. Here's the other way you need to look at it. Hold on. Don't fuck with me, man. Just go to the side real quick. I'll let you boy, bro. Chill out. Here's the 1-dimension and 2-dimensional versions. Okay? We're looking at it. We're looking at the same fucking thing. A 1-dimensional slice of it. 2-dimensional slice of it. We're looking from 1 dimension, okay, like as if it's just a line. All right, this is just a shape because you got the forward movement. Okay, this is more like a point. That's why I'm saying like this: a point, a line, and a shape. Okay, or a geometrical shape. Because this one can the one on the left, the torus on the left encompasses the 2 on the right. Now, when you look at the 2 on the right, you start with the one on the left. That's your view, like going through the zodiac, like going through any fucking cycle. And what looks like moving in a circle, even though it is also moving forward. All right, so when you add those 2 together, you get this. You get that toroidal shape. And mind you, not only are you tracing the surface of the torus, but you're also tracing the surface of the hyperboloid, which is in the middle. Dude, masculine and feminine a little bit. The torus and the hyperboloid. But no, fuck me, right? Eric, you don't know. It's really the black woman is God. Shut up. God, shut up. God, shut up. I'm sorry. What was the fucking question? Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's mostly about the dynamic, my dude. It's mostly about the dynamic because you are on the right track. You are on the right track. I'm not going to front on you at all. I have no reason to. You are on the right track. Facts. Terrence Parks, Suggy, yep. And you are never in the physical world. It's hard to swallow because that's all we know to identify with. Yep. Not only that's all you know to identify with, what you use to frame your understanding of the physical world is matter. And that's where people really fuck up. Is like, well, if I'm not talking about matter, how do I begin to explain my reality? And this is where I take them in the consultations in the boot camp. Okay, here, let me introduce you to the world you're trying to explore. You tell me what you find. You tell me what you're seeing. We can talk about the nature of that reality and how to start agreeing to it, accepting it, living it. Because this shit is a lifestyle, I'll be honest. It's a lifestyle. But that's right-hand path, middle path, and left-hand path. It's physical world policy, okay? So you're going to get that. But it's a way of approaching life. It's a way of approaching life. Like, imagine if you played Super Mario and you really thought you were Super Mario with no conception of the nigga sitting at the game playing it. That's how you live physical life, and that's the issue. Because it's not even about the game. You were doing something before you sat down to play. That's what it's about. Get back to your father's work. Be about your father's work. Jesus was a carpenter, not because, oh, I like carpentry. Joseph was a carpenter. Be about your father's work. And he only did that in the worldly world. That's the thing. Motherfuckers are missing nuance. They don't know how to digest nuance. God, get these niggas some spiritual fiber. Fuck you mean? All right, look what he was talking about in the video. This, once again, that presumed, that humility, that has a superiority built into it, okay? Whereas you challenge them on the framework they're using. Let's say they're Risha or Yoruba, and then they say, I'm a priestess of Oshun. Okay, cool, sweetie. Go ahead, do your thing. Sweet waters, baby, sweet waters. But then you challenge the validity of their claim based on the ideas of Yoruba, and then what they can do is just switch to something different or switch to some floofy aloofiness where, you know, we're all really right at the end of the day. You know, it's not really about the rules. See, when they have rules for you, well, this is what you need to do here, and this is why the divine feminine did this. That's fine. And that can be fluid. But when it comes to what you are, they don't consider you a fluid thing. Let's say, bro, go do the love spell to get somebody who don't want you to want you. That sounds like rape. That sounds like rape. You use this power to contort and control men who don't want you or who you don't like. They in a jar now. And see, that's the thing, fellas. It's not just that they can't see your divinity. It's that you can't. See, if you could see it, if it was commonplace for women to know that men knew about the whole jar shit and had counters for it, they'd do it a lot less. Go ahead, bitch. Cook me up some red stuff with some period in it. Hey, bro, make you some chicken Alfredo. Oh, no, bitches love shrimp. Throw shrimp in there. Throw shrimp in there and then throw your shrimp in there. Hey, fuck you, man. Them dudes don't do that shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm telling you that there's no language for your divinity. And that's the issue. It's we're all, and you never leave the child shit. Oh shit, it's disconnected? What happened? Oh no. I got a little notification that I did something wrong or something happened. Oh no. Donnie's in the chat, boy. Donnie's in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, Donnie. I was spiritual before being born. Literally. See, it was bad when you said it. Like, Donnie, I'm not sure how much sense this makes. But then you said literally. And I'm like, okay, now I know this isn't supposed to make sense. Thank you, Donnie, though. Thank you for your... Ladies and gentlemen, Donnie. Love Donnie. CJ edgy. Thank you, CJ. Edgy. All right, bro. I know what I'm talking about, and don't just come out and say the same words I said, Donnie. Come on, bro. I know. Maybe you got here late. How about we start pissing in their crab bowl? Ooh, bro. Look, I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. Cause niggas, we don't do anything bad. Hey, bro, get in your toxic shit. Go do something bad, bro. Real shit. If you really be honest with yourself, how much of it you believe? Like if like next time you're eating spaghetti, think about it. Just assume it's there and see what you do. You know, think about it. This bitch push me in the jar. Do I even believe in any of that stuff? Do I know any of this work? Because like I so often see women dealing with dudes who aren't into spirituality like they are, and then trying to use spiritual to get them to do something. divine and powerful, but all you can think to do is try and control men. Whatever, man. Whatever. Go ahead now. I can't tell you to do it. Because look, little kid go look up on Google how to beat up my dad. Kind of shit like that. I get it. Okay, I get it. So I'm not saying it's wrong, but hey, look, I'm not validating that bullshit. This nigga don't remember our consultation. It's all good. No, Donnie, I do remember your consultation. I don't think you remember it. See, bro, don't play me. Don't play me, Donnie. I've been telling you to listen to your consultations for a minute. Anyway, let me continue. Everyone's a priestess and healer. Now, bro, I heard one of my homies said it, and it's one of them things I was like, I don't know. I can't tell you you're wrong. I don't know. And he's like, look, if she calling herself a healer, she was probably a hoe. And I was like, damn. No, it's like if you see it in a woman's Instagram profile name, right? If in her name it says that she's attractive, she's not. It's like clockwork. It's like fucking clockwork. Like I remember a bitch from a restaurant I used to work at. She was not spiritual. She is not a healer. But it's on that page now. Crystal spiritual healer. And I'm like, no. You was running around like some rep, sweetie. Don't play. But that's... Bruh. Is females trying to control men due to their material instincts? I guess you could say that. Look, the push for control is usually from the insecurity, the fear of the uncertainty and the unknown. And so one of the strategies is, you hear this from a lot of women, I'm a control freak. It's a survival mechanism. And even when you got a beautiful nest made and she in there and she hasn't learned how not to just be in survival mode, you have to help her through it. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's part of their maternal instinct. Because think about it like this: if the woman is in the nest and she don't feel safe, what do you think the children gonna feel? Like that's how it is. Like imagine it. Here she come. World's this dangerous, difficult place. And here's this man with this nest, and she getting there. It's kind of nice. He look like this from the outside. Smell good. Okay. You get used to it, where that comfort in the nest becomes familiar. What's the next step? It'd be nice to see some babies running around here. They'd have fun with this. They'd be so cute. It's a natural process. Like, bro, when women, they don't like to identify with the animalness they are. They like to, it's either compliments or criticism. Okay, and once again, this is from an emotional perspective, so I understand it. They're not really interested in how the roller coaster works. They want to ride, and they don't want to listen to you talking about the mechanics of it. Girls want to have fun. Yeah, once they're in a place where they don't have to worry, maybe they'll be interested in what you're interested in. But they're not like us. They care about people. We care about things more often. Things interesting, like taking it apart. How's this work? What's this thing? How does it move? How can I move like that? Look at the move he did. What kind of move could I do? Girls aren't usually like that. They care more about people and the connections. That's why all this independent woman shit is doomed to fail always. God. Donnie, look. Maybe, Donnie, I would say you've been in another consultation. But hey, it's just areas talking outside of my neck. Okay. The priestess and healer shit, bro. They're everywhere. It's because it's a title that you can put on without having to demonstrate any prowess or mastery of a subject. It's a title you can put on without having to demonstrate any mastery or prowess in a subject. Competence, accountability. Because we're not looking for none of those things, everyone's a priest and priestess and healer. Because you never have to prove it. There's no measurement. There's no mechanism anyone has. You just, oh, you're a healer. Wow. They're some of the most toxic folk. All right? So check for demonstrations of mastery and prowess. Competence. Not how you feel about a person. Not how you feel about a person. To what degree do they demonstrate their mastery and prowess? And you know what? How do I even know? Because if a chef's sitting here eating some food and I'm eating some food, I'm like, got some food in my stomach. He's like, oh, there's a hint of jasmine chamomile and the aftertaste of the palate retention with this cream fresh. And it's got a side of pureed cannabis beet with a mountain of flaky breadcrumbs. Usually this technique is expressed in the Australian outback from the Aborigines, who got it from the French the colonizers who came in. And, okay, yeah, see, I couldn't do that. He'd be right there. I'm just like, okay, cool, I'm eating. So, look, I'm not going to deny him that. Hey, man, this shit tastes good. I don't care if you are a chef. I don't even know what the nigga's saying. So you gotta understand whether or not you even competent to understand what you're looking for. Niggas will ask, how do I summon a demon? And don't even realize they're not competent to even understand the answer to the question if I could give them one quickly. They're not even competent to understand. You have to check your own competence, man. Like I'm saying, this is why I talk to dudes. You fuck with the kings, the queens will be all right. Because whatever the fuck they supposed to do is up to you. It used to be cultures and religions would have set that up. We ain't got that no more. Bro, you get your game straight, it's whatever you say. And it's not in some tyrannical sense. It's because, look, a leader don't lead because they're allowed to lead. Oh, I allow my man to lead. Wait, get the fuck out of here. The train cars on a train don't allow the front car to lead. It get the fuck on and they follow. That's what a leader do. I got somewhere I'm going. Either you can get on with me or you can stay. Either way, I'm going. That's what a leader does. They're going. They have a direction they're going. Period. That's what I'm saying, bro. Once you rise to the occasion of all this shit, you're not going to waste your time undervaluing yourself and settle for being called a partner and eating equality. Oh, no. Equality. Because 50-50, I tell you what that means. She runs shit. You don't talk about it, and you don't complain. That's what 50-50 means. Because look, this is what I'm saying. If it's 50-50, just like I was talking about with the childhood thing, if we both in our inner child and danger come around, is it 50-50 that no one does anything? Let's say here come danger, and she get her ass whooped as we both children. What am I supposed to do? Let me guess. After she come back to how much it hurt, do I still get to be seen as a child who deserves that type of leeway and understanding? No, I don't. And this isn't a complaint. Please understand, this is not a complaint. This is nature. This is nature. But you have to understand your role. So often as males, we are taught the role of a man is the same thing as the archetype of a child. That's the only place the feminine is ever over a masculine in any sense. Is the child. Is the child. Look at the triangle. The point and then the other two next to each other. The woman and the child are intimately connected. That's why these motherfuckers can have babies like clockwork and not understand, what do you mean a husband? I don't need a husband to raise him. You needed a man to have the motherfucker. Right? All the forms of birth control, none of the stigma, none of the shame. But yet we got children out here and you saying it's the man's fault. You can't make a boy into a man with pussy and a baby. It don't work. It don't work. It never works. But even as men, we don't know that about ourselves. That's the issue. See, fuck what the bitches are doing. I don't care. What are we doing and why? And not to say, look at you, you're wrong. Not to say you're bad. Okay, I understand the nature of my predicament and how I'm continuing to agree to it. Because with those things, the nature of my predicament, the ontology, and how I'm continuing to agree to it, the epistemology, I can develop a methodology, the philosophy for your life. It's very simple, but you gotta stop listening to them. It's all cap, bro. It's all cap, and they don't even know how to stop. Facts, you have to rise to have something to offer. Yeah, because nature don't experiment with the females. She's the mechanism by which by which things are replicated. But the masculine is the archetype of the thing being replicated. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying the masculine is better. Like these females are saying the feminine is better, or these dumb dudes are saying it. Devi energy. Look, I got a picture of a pretty girl shaking her butt. Devi energy. No, you spiritual simping fuck. Cause what an ugly bitch that's equally Devi energy. Huh? What a fat, ugly bitch that's 7 kids in, ankle swollen as a motherfucker, picking some nachos out of teeth, mad at you because you came home late from work. But stop, that's Devi energy too, fuck you talking about. But nah, let these spiritual simps tell it. It's all butterflies, roses, and sweet water of Oshun. Fuck these niggas. When you first start realizing that it's a bitter pill, it's gotta be, yeah. You purge that shit the fuck out, man. You purge that shit the fuck out. I'm telling you. And bro, look, this part of the shit we talk about in the consultations. See, don't nobody talk to y'all about this. Fuck the spirituality aside. Don't nobody talk to you about this. Just the masculine shit, just the being male. And then motherfuckers want to try and talk to you about it from a spiritual perspective, and all they doing is repackaging feminism. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm putting the man back in manifestation if ain't nobody else doing it. Run tell that, fuck you talking about. Fucking gynoation. Gynoation. No. 72 conspirators to set. Get some Lingam time. Lingam time. Tell that pussy to shut up. Oh shit. Here we go.
And a lot of what they use to kind of stand in for this in-touched, definitive, intuitive, divine kind of thing is usually a lot of random shit. It's a lot of random behavior that they, when they get into a mood or something hits them, and they present it as something beyond. And that's one of the ways you can measure if you bought into this person's system. If you fundamentally believe that what they're talking about is touched by the divine simply because they told you so, and they act out of character, those are the things to kind of be mindful of. But usually there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of randomness, and there's usually a lot of emotional and psychological exploitation. But more particular, they tend to have very little structure. There's very little order, very little consistency, and there's damn sure no accountability.
That one. There is very little structure, if any at all. If any at all. Yoni good, yum, 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 and that's it. Melanin is my magic. Bzz, electromagnetism. Bzz. That's it. The Anunnaki will come and they will return, and when they do, we shift to 5D. You niggas ain't vibrating high enough. Fuck out of here. These niggas, it's always the same shit. It's always the same shit. Excuse me, I'm sorry. There are the paths of Oshun, the swamp waters of Oshun. Yeah, the Panic talks about the swampy waters of Oshun. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers, they're picking and choosing what divine archetypes everyone should be using. No. See, motherfuckers is quick to speak Kali. Kali, look at me. Ha-ha, I'm the divine feminine. I'm powerful. Okay. Let daddy come through. Fuck you talking about. Let daddy come through. And you gotta get up. Fuck you mean? See, motherfuckers don't understand Kali. They just say they pick and choose what's comfortable. What's gonna make them most comfortable in the dysfunctional shit they wanna do. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? Dysfunctional. God, you know, they go through all the shit about the bitch. Just whatever, same thing Christians did. I like this part of the Bible and this part of the Bible. I don't really go to church, but I believe Jesus was same difference. Same difference. Kid Buu is more of a feminine chaos being than Kali. Okay. I mean, way more destructive. Okay, I mean, I guess it's by virtue of the fact that he's more destructive. I don't know. I think Kali give Kid Buu a run for his fucking money. I think Kali give Kid Buu a run for his fucking money. But it's not just by virtue of the destruction. Because see, chaos and feminine are not synonyms. Chaos and feminine are not synonyms. That's a correlation. It's a correspondence. They're not synonyms. So, because you can have a divine feminine that's not chaotic and destructive, just like you can have a divine masculine that's not chaotic and destructive. So those aren't synonymous with the idea of either masculine or feminine. Once again, you're talking about the relationship, the dynamic. Okay, you're talking about the dynamic. So that's the thing. So it's not just by virtue of the destruction. Because I'll be damned if it ain't her husband's trident she holding. Fuck you mean? What you mean? Niggas trying to be cool, nothing new, same frame. Yeah, right, it's a new way to get pussy. It's a new way to get pussy. Oh, goddess, your yoni is the divine representation of the moon and the sky and the melanin that is outer space. This is more than a connection. It's a soul bond. Don't you understand? Whatever, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Talking that good shit, it ain't shit, man. Talking that good shit, it ain't shit. I'm gonna say it straight up. Your boy Rome be with that Debbie energy, simp hard, but won't post no ugly chicks. Bruh, 100. Real shit. That's kind of who I have in my head when I think about that shit. And it's like, cause I get it. You got like, let's say even in Hinduism, you got those who think Shiva is the supreme being, and those who think Shakti is the supreme being. Okay, cool. Like, we can always have the debate. We can always go back and forth about it. But these motherfuckers don't lean into what they saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you said, it's always a pretty bitch. It's always a pretty bitch doing some cute shit. And then got the audacity to try and sprinkle some red pill shit in there. Like, his young ass got enough to know on that. Like, look, I'm not trying to fault the young dude for being young. I'm not. Because I've been young. I've been young and I thought I knew when I didn't know. My ass just would look ridiculous and had no idea. I'm talking like I knew because I felt a certain way based on the stuff I'd heard women say. Bruh, I was wrong. I was very wrong. But man, hey man, look, you can't serve two masters. And usually when I do like that, they just out here saying, they have to say something controversial because what they're saying isn't anything new. Or there's no depth to it. So they have to say something controversial that sounds controversial to get your attention because they don't actually have anything to say. They don't actually have anything to teach. I'm telling you, motherfuckers will say controversial shit because they don't actually have any knowledge or information to convey. It's the same thing repackaged. Like what is an omnist? All spirituality matters? Like, okay. You just pulled a Catholic Church. Like literally. Okay, well, everything, I'll just take in everything and it's all got some truth. Okay. If you want to just blur the line between truth and falsehood, fine. Cool. I mean, hey, it's your prerogative, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let me continue this.
And again, there's nothing to hold on to, which is purposeful in his presentation. So, this whole question of how some people use these terms and so-called titles to manipulate you.
Sorry, I was supposed to mention it. I was too triggered. keep in mind, these people who say this stuff, they usually don't have a framework to fall back on, okay? I noticed this myself. I've talked to them in the comments. Look, they have 2 or 3 phrases that they know they're supposed to say in response. After that, it's either you got to go within, you're low vibrational, or you're a hotep. Because they have no framework. All they have is a collection of things that they repeat that they've heard other people say that it felt good to hear. And now they call themselves scientists and above debating. You know, that's called a sophist. Sophistry. Let me look up sophistry real quick, because I could be wrong about this. Let me look up sophistry real quick. That's your boy. I probably spelled it wrong too. Sophistry. A subtle trickery. Oh, you can't even see it. I mean, can I zoom in some for you? Let me see. So you can read it too. I think people like to read with me. You know, it's like when you're a little kid, somebody's reading your story, and you can start to pick up the words. You want to read it with them. Okay. What? Can you see it over there? Yeah. A subtle, tricky, superficially plausible, but generally fallacious method of reasoning. These niggas shit is superficially plausible. Why do I say superficially? Because you don't even know the context of what they're talking about. But superficially, and it sounds good. Okay, cool. Matter, all of it. All of it's in matter. Superficially, it sounds plausible. Why? Because you have no idea how to describe anything without matter. So you never question it. Fuck out of here. It's sophistry, a false argument. See, sophists are distinct from philosophers. Somebody called Omni Strong a philosopher, and I was insulted. I'm insulted, and a lot of these motherfuckers claim to be metaphysicians, period. To be completely honest. Most of this shit is pageantry. It's horse shit. It's sophistry. But unless you get some type of an inkling on how to be discerning, you're not going to figure that out. You're not going to see it. You're going to get what's plausible, what's superficially plausible, and be satisfied with it. Experts overnight. This generation got issues. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm a priestess, and now I'm better than anybody who's actually studied this for years. In fact, I'm equal to them, and you better not say we're not equal. Because I don't want to have to think about the fact that I may have to put in work to actually be what I say I am. Fake it till you make it head asses. Boy, y'all better stop faking it, because you're never going to make it. The only type of make it you're going to get is faking. Don't fake it. Face it. Donnie.
Is very key. And a lot of it is driven by a misandric kind of feminist push to exploit men out of some desire to give a sort of revenge for patriarchy, which is particularly interesting because a lot of that comes at Black men. And we've talked about this on this channel and a number of others that I'm affiliated with. VGS has talked about this as well. We don't have a legacy of patriarchy. We're not tied in. You know, Black men are not white men. We do not enjoy the benefits of the system. And yet, what you'll find, just like with Black feminists, and there's usually some overlap between these groups, Black feminists and, you know,
very much so,
work in what I call this bitchcraft. They'll use feminist rationale to justify hurting, harming, or exploiting men as a revenge, as it's time for a reversal, as in this is due because of what men have done in general. It does not historically work when applied to the Black community, but it is something they push for nonetheless.
Donnie says, I've never faked it. When have I ever claimed to be a teacher? Just because you don't claim to be a teacher don't mean you don't fake it, Donnie. And just because you're laughing don't mean you really think it's funny. I would know. Donnie, I've seen you fake it plenty of times. Donnie, if I've talked to you, stop it. There's no reason to fake it about never faking it in my comments. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. It's cap on top of cap. Donnie knows Donnie. Goodness great, man. All right, look. If you for some reason, after having watched me, still do not know what misandry is, think misogyny, but against men. There's nuance, there's texture to it. I will certainly give you that, but just to keep it very simple, okay? I can't speak for everybody else that's not black folk, okay? So in this little space, this little piece right here, you can tell me real shit, okay? But in this day and age and for generations, misandry has been baked into our culture. So much so that the boys are trained up in it and don't get to go from boyhood to manhood. No one even has an idea of what it is. They just know what they want from it. They know what it's supposed to be doing for them. But no one knows what it is. Once again, this is part of what I talk to people about. Fuck all the doing. What's the new thing I gotta go do to get this? What do I do to start it? Bruh, the being. Being is the thing. Because once you're the appropriate being, what to do is obvious. So often, hey man, what's the new thing I need to go do? Hey, which way do I need to go? What should I move forward to? Where the fuck are you right now and how did you get there? Because if you don't understand that, the nature of your predicament and how you're continuing to agree to it, you don't have the tools to effectively create a forward momentum for yourself. Like Alice in the Wonderland talking to the Cheshire Cat. Like, okay, which way do I go? Well, sweetie, where are you trying to end up? I don't know. Well, then, baby, it don't matter which way you go, do it. Come on now, you gotta nail you down. And it's not for them, it's for you. No one's coming to help. If a woman gets slapped at Kroger, 4 or 5 people are coming to stop. It don't even matter what she did. It don't matter if she spent the last 20 minutes slapping him. If he slaps her, somebody's coming, okay? If somebody slapped me, I'm getting World Star, and nigga, you should have never let him hit you like that. And this is not a complaint. Keep in mind, see, it's usually the context is if a man says something about what he doesn't like, it's called complaining, bitching. Period. But see, listen to this thing. Pick the subtlety up on that. To be able to complain and to not like things is what bitches or women do. Is the claim. So it's fine when it's time to shame men. But if you actually contend with that and say, okay, apply it to women, we don't do it. We only apply it to us when it's time for shame. You ever seen one of them videos where it's like a dude can't do shit without it becoming gay? I didn't save it. Well, I might have saved it. Now that I think about it, I might have saved it. Just because I mentioned it, I think I might have saved it. Let me see. But you know those kind of scenarios where a dude can't do shit without it being gay, right? Like for example, I can't listen to R&B music with earbuds because the whole time a nigga whispering in my ear. Gay, right? I can't be an organ donor. Because what if I end up giving a nigga my heart? Nah, bro. What is this one? What is this one? Oh no, you gotta hear this. This your boy.
Cells extract prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are found inside the black woman's womb, which is also a conductor of melanin through cymatic frequencies because melanin is an intelligence molecule that gives black women the capabilities to perform parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is when a woman is able to fertilize and impregnate herself without a man being present. So the whole allegorical story of Adam and Eve is a motherfucking lie because in science will tell you that the X chromosome is 5 times larger than the Y chromosome, meaning that the man is basically a genetic mutation of the woman. This is why we have nipples and can't produce milk. And this is why our penises is basically an extended clitoris. Now, when you get this book right here called The Lost Book of Enki, it's basically about the beginning story of the Anunnaki. It talks about how the woman, she gave 2.8% of her chromosomes to create man. Now, we were put on this planet, the man was put on this planet to protect the woman. We wasn't put on this planet to oppress or suppress her through white supremacy and religion, because all those things are predicated on the patrilineal system. An extensive synopsis on the origins of black people and how we have 147 alien genes, which coincides with esoteric knowledge and supreme science from the Anunnaki that eradicates Christianity in totality. So with that being said, it is a motherfucking fact that the melanated black woman is God, considering the fact that the first organism on the planet was a prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cells extract prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are found inside the black woman's womb, which is also a conductor of melanin through.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? And the motherfuckers will look at what he said, look at what I said, and they can't tell the difference. And do you know what? That's my fault. That's why I don't shut up about this shit. I'll be damned. I'll be fucking damned. What the fuck? Okay, come on. Come on. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. I don't even know how to spell it. But I remember basic biology. I don't even know how to fucking spell it. Prokaryotic cells. You go to the wiki. I won't go to the wiki because it's more than likely going to send me to eukaryotic as well, which is what I wanted to look at as well. And I had to type it. Let's see. No, I don't want to help people. People, stop. I don't want to help. I know I don't want to help. Prokaryotic is an organism that lacks a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. These are the original cells, okay? Eukaryotic. I think that's the way it was. Hold on. Oh, here's the word right here. Here, I'm gonna highlight it and search for the word. Cause I want to look at it. All right, because I don't. It's cap. From what I know of basic biology, that's cap. From what I just told you, that's fucking cap. Clearly defined nucleus. Boom. Okay. Here, look. I'm gonna take a piss real quick and I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me fucking mute it so y'all don't hear me enjoying and moaning as I pee. Yo, ain't much better than coming pissing and shitting, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm about to slay the fuck out of this bullshit right now. Fucking me. This nigga said, he said, it's because it's the prokaryotic in her womb, or it's the eukaryotic in her womb. Do you know how many multicellular organisms on the planet are mostly composed of eukaryotic cells? It is not special. What prokaryotic cells? These are things like bacteria that don't have a nucleus. There are some bacteria that I think have nucleuses, but most of the time you're going to find just a cluster of RNA. All right, things like prokaryotic cells are the predecessor to mitochondria. Okay, like I said, nature experiments with the male. Everything that works is contained with the female. The male is not a mutation of the fem. That's so dumb. That is not science. That's not science. Yes, the chromosomes are different size. Why? Because the female is the container for everything that works. Not so that she can use it, not so that she is it. It's vested in her so she can pass it on. Fuck! Like niggas are so hyped and ready to say, mommy's the best. Ooh, get the titty. Ooh. No. Fuck that bitch. You missing it because you're so ready to worship women. Yes, Bride, no. Titties are amazing. Butt meat jiggles beautifully. But that don't make it divine. We're primates in this piece of meat. If we were dogs, right now, sniffing ass would be the most divine thing a nigga could do. Oh shit, I forgot. This is 2023. Y'all niggas eat ass now. Y'all fucking the game up. Y'all fucking the game up. I'm sorry, I forgot about the fucking comments. I was too busy in my shit. Sorry, y'all. Side ejects. Donnie gonna retract the message. Somebody called me gay because I shaved my facial hair. They wild. Yeah, bro. Look, you can't do anything now as a male without being gay, and this is the reason. This is the reason. That's what I was looking for. It's because the new paradigm is that nothing women do is allowed to be shamed. Nothing women do is allowed to be shamed. And once again, I'm not saying what it should be. I'm saying as a result of that, the shame has to go somewhere. And so males end up taking all of it. Because we don't talk about what males experience, because when males say, hey, I don't like this isn't good, it's just bitching, we don't talk about it. That's what it means, don't judge. But see, we will get quick to get shamed. You'll shame us. Did you put your blinker on when you turned? Ick. This guy's a fag. Drop me off at the corner. Like, fuck out of here. But look, right, they don't know. That's why you have to get to a place where you stop listening to them. You have to get some FDB because they don't know. If you treated kids like they knew because they said it, you'd be a fucked up parent. I feel like can't eat a banana in peace. Yeah, bro. Hey, man, look. Bring back shame. Because I tell you what, if anything will motivate a woman, it's shame. I tell you what, you call me what you want to. Okay, cool. That's probably true. Is what I just said true? Shame will get that bitch up off her feet. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's why it's so insistent on no judgment, no shame, because it's their kryptonite. It's their kryptonite. Once again, their emotional state is their reality. And so if they feel ashamed, they are ashamed. They don't have no, oh my God, I'm telling you it's their kryptonite. So don't take all this shame on yourself. Be able to recognize that shit. Pop that shit. Do what the fuck you want as a grown-ass man, bruh. Be real talk. Because if you can go out there, have sex with 75 different dudes, you're supposed to come back and I'm supposed to be like, oh, my angel. Well, bitch, what the fuck do we get? Extra work? And see, I'm not talking to them, really. I'm talking to dudes. Feminine-ass little dudes like this who ready to worship the fucking females. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That is why the male chromosome is smaller. Because most of the DNA is trying to see what works. What do we keep? And put it all in one place. I need the least amount of work to make this into a male that'll be effective at trying out new things without losing the possibility of it being able to replicate a female that can contain everything that's come before it. The male is not a genetic mutation. That's dumb. That's dumb. God. The only place you come from the idea of male being a genetic mutation is that female is the default. Female and male don't exist without each other. They complement each other. They complement each other. This one's good. You didn't understand masculine and feminine because you know they're created simultaneously and complement each other. They cannot exist without the other. You niggas are asking for hot with no cold. You're asking for left with no right. It don't make sense, but you don't know it don't make sense because you're not used to making sense. Fuck! You're not used to making sense. It's whatever superficially seems plausible. God damn it. The Anunnaki God took the female and gave, you basically took Christianity and flipped male and female. Like, bruh, you're not slick. Ugh. Yo, I can't eat a glizzy in peace after break. Oh, bad niggas start calling them glizzies, bruh. That shit. And you see the NPC, thanks for the glizzy, girl. Like, what the fuck, bruh? Niggas is funny, dude. Back in the day when you used to say niggas is gay, you can't say that no more. My question will be, why stop with the black woman? Why can't every woman be God if that was true? Right? Right? Because look, they need that miracle in their theory. They need a miracle to start with. And so once again, these people, when they do this, there's no system. There's no system. It's pieces from every different thing cobbled together to a low resolution image. Boom. A low resolution image. I'm looking at this fly. Get out. What are you doing? What are you doing? This motherfucker been stuck in here for the longest, and it's not like he can't get out. He can get out the way he came in, but he don't understand the nature of his predicament or how he's continuing to agree to it. And so this motherfucker's still in here. I'm gonna fuck him up. Anyways, sorry. Cause she don't got non-ether hair, duh. Boy, that shit be ridiculous. So it's not your melanin, it's your Goldilocks. Niggas is dumb. Cause the other women don't have enough melanin, bro. Yeah, exactly. Niggas is tripping. Don't forget to put the toilet seat down. God's gonna punish you. Oh shit. The divine feminine falling into the toilet. Bro, I gotta use that in something. That sounds hilarious to me. I gotta use that in something. EBG Booty Gang, my name is Dirty. Ugh. EBG. I can't deal with y'all, bro. Y'all niggas go ahead. Y'all niggas, when I said talking shit, that ain't what I meant. Eating booty. Y'all boy playing. I was on the feminine shit hard years ago. IDK, KDF. I said that wrong. I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit. And you know, I'm not going to correct myself. I'm sorry. I was on the feminine shit hard years ago. I still have videos up on my Instagram talking about the masculine don't provide compared to the feminine because I heard it from a Wise royalty video. There you go. Hella cringe. I was one of them niggas. There you go, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There you go. Pull the honesty out. See that in a nigga. That way it's easier to purge when you can. It's easier to recognize when that motherfucker pop up and you say, hey, bro, shut your bitch ass up. I'm not about to say that to these people. You crazy? Nah. Fuck that. For real, bro. You need a little bit of FDB in you. And see, women don't know how to tell you that. See, how do you think kids know how to tell parents, hey, you know, as a parent, every now and then you got to be able to say fuck them kids and do what needs to be done. Kids don't know how to say that. They wouldn't even begin to understand the dynamics of why anyone would ever say that. They think, aren't children all good? We're all doing what we could, the best we can. You just don't understand children because you don't listen. Of course, that's what kids would say. And it makes sense why they would say it. Same difference with them, bro. Same difference with them. That man said, oh, I'm reading again. Masculine don't provide compared to the feminine. This bitch don't provide. She just show up. Look, if these bitches out here making the baby, look, make a baby with an extra finger. Go ahead, go out here and just make different babies. Hell, you might be able to do some data if bitches wasn't aborting them so fucking fast, right? But she can kill it. She can kill it, but I can't abandon it. Her body, her choice, but not my wallet, my choice. When it's her, and look, all that shit's enforced by the state. Like I say, bro, she ain't for the streets. She for the state. She for the state, and she don't even know it. It's like you. How mad can you be at children if they are subverted by an army of creepy motherfuckers with puppies and candy in their van? How hard? How mature does a child have to be to fight that? They're using their own biology against them. And of course they don't understand. Same thing with women. Bro, I'm telling you, you gotta understand how they are. Once you do it, it makes more sense, bro. But all this spiritual simping shit ain't explaining it. Ain't explaining it. Just telling you Debbie energy and then you can't let her go to bed mad. Fuck that. Fuck that. What if she mad because of her own shit? Well, I'm supposed to know. No. Look, when I do it, I'm not just doing it because I'm supposed to. I'm doing it because I want to. Because I give a fuck. But, please. These motherfuckers out here, man. And they probably eat ass too. Fuck you mean? Asking what you bring to the table, but I'm a nigga that built the table. Hey, man. Look, for real though. For real, what you bring to the table? Well, I brought blueprints for a table and some wood. Like, bitch, I built it. But see, that's the thing. Don't expect them to build it with you. I don't even care if they talk about wood, nails, and a blueprint. No. You're gonna have to build most of it or have the direction, have it going. And she'll help you. Hey, baby, hand me that hammer. Hey, baby, run to the store real quick. Get this kind of nail. If you need to ask them, ask them. Matter of fact, if you're confused, get both boxes and we'll figure it out and we'll just return it. But go do that real quick for me. Boom. Boom. Okay, look, I need you to hold that end of the wood, okay? I'm about to saw it in 3 places. Stay down there because I don't want you to get cut. Okay, smooth. Here, hold it up. You got it? You got it? Okay, I'm gonna nail it over here. That's how she wanna help. That's how she wanna help. And it's not because something's wrong. It's not because something's wrong. I'm telling you, you gotta understand the thing they are. And they can't put you on game on it, just like kids can't tell you what kids are. I'm telling you. They come to the table with eating utensils and a napkin. If that, bruh. If that. Oh my God. And then no food. Here go, Donnie. Extra, get them attention. Retract your message again. Whatever, Donnie. But yeah, this your boy, bruh. This your boy. Where you at? I'm gonna show him again. This your boy. Cause it's the same nigga. This the same nigga that said hood niggas is feminine. See, when we got something negative to say about feminine, we'll apply it to the male. But you don't want to apply that negative shit that's about feminine to females, do you? No. We want to use it to shame men into acting appropriately. Fuck this nigga. Fuck this nigga, that's your boy. Fuck this nigga. The black woman is God. That's your boy. Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for originally. The thing about dudes being gay. Bro, I can't find it. I be saving all kind of shit, bro, because it's just ridiculous listening to these niggas. And I'm like, no one's gonna believe me. No one's gonna believe me that niggas really say this. No one's gonna believe me. And I'm sitting here like, all right, look, I'm about to look at this. I want to see what
the other again, little point shit. And remember that. Y'all should have remembered that when y'all was all trying to argue if the earth was flat or if it was round. When people asked me at the time, my answer was the mere fact that you need to ask any of it is what your problem is. The mere fact that it can be questioned and you personally don't know, is that not bothering you? That you don't know? Now, My personal opinion, based upon everything I've seen, I move more towards flat. But I'd be the first one to say, I don't know. I've never seen a picture from space. But if I was telling a story, Eric Dubé, who's still putting up fucking proof that the shit is flat. I've seen a lot of old maps, a lot of old mythology, a lot of things in the study that looks round, looks flat, I should say. So, but without going either way, here's what I found interesting. I found it interesting that if somebody would say the earth is flat, the earth is flat, the earth is flat. Now someone would say the earth is round. They get into it, and the person, they would say to the right, and you say, well, how do you know it's round? Because it just is, I know.
Because it just is, I know. Don't nobody fucking say that, dude. Nobody fucking say that, man. See, that's what I'm saying. He actually believes flat earth. He actually believes flat earth. Can't do it, bro. Can't do it. And if I'd have told you, hey man, Patty, really you believe it? Oh no, man. He said he don't know. But that's what he believed. Chill out, bro. You clearly don't understand how shit comes to be. But that's the thing. No one's called to understand. You just say you're this. You say you're above debating, and then if you ain't ready to hear what I got to say, I'm talking. Go somewhere else. Fuck you, niggas. I'm serious, man. It's just ridiculous. Gerald, good to see you in the chat, man. Welcome to the show. Black Goat, I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Welcome to the show, sir. Peace. Controversy. Welcome. I'll be running the replay back. Had a meeting at work this morning. Hey, man, play it back a couple times. And then make sure, give me the smoke. If I'm talking out the side of my neck and the shit don't make sense, please give me the smoke. You're not going to be punished for it. I'm looking to see where I'm wrong. Come on. But look, because most motherfuckers are going to listen to 5 minutes, feel that I'm wrong, and give me a 30-minute speech talking about stuff I've already talked about that they don't understand. Watch, that's how I go, though. And look again, this is what I expect. So it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. Run it back. Give me the smoke. Please. Please. Okay, let me play this shit.
How many people who will deem the moniker of spiritualist or spirituality, I'm spiritual, as I pointed out, that ends up being kind of a nebulous type of thing, and people's motivation for doing so is to be able to escape the accountability tenets that are inherent in every type of spiritual practice, right? So when you escape the so-called confines of religion, and I will say that there is a purpose of religion, and religion was not created to manipulate. It was co-opted to do that, but religion was meant to basically instill discipline.
Yes.
Okay? And so people will leave religion often because they don't want it to adhere to any type of disciplinary type of practice.
Like you said, people use spirituality to cover up their dysfunction because they don't want to have to be accountable to anything or anyone unless they want to. And you know what's so stupid about that? You know what's so stupid? Just one of the many things that are stupid about that. When you ask them, when you get to talking to them about their metaphysical presuppositions, what people like that are usually looking for are a set of underlying rules. Yeah. What they're looking for is a set of underlying rules. They want to follow rules when they want to follow rules when they're convenient for them. They're using spirituality as a manner of justifying the dumb shit they do. Spirituality don't justify anything you do. Spirituality is, we're talking about the degree to which you have knowledge of yourself as the motherfucker playing the game. That's what we're talking about in spirituality. It has nothing to do with matter. If we're talking, okay, the game. Let's say the game is Super Mario. And everything in Super Mario is matter. I'm not talking to you about matter if we're talking spirituality. There's no Anunnaki, DNA, melanin, divine yoni. Shut the fuck up. Because that chicken yoni ain't divine when it's time for some KFC. That roach yoni ain't divine when you got that raid in your hand. You pick a whole bundle of flowers, look at the yoni, it's dead now. Fuck you. God damn, it's just so, it's backwards. It's paradoxical. And if you just take a little time to look, it's obvious it's cap. But the only way you're really gonna know it's cap is if you stop capping. Donnie. You gotta stop capping in order to see this shit, bruh. It's ridiculous. Patriarchy. I'm so sick of motherfuckers saying patriarchy and have no idea where the term comes from. It's literally the white imperialist structure. It's literally the white imperialist structure. Why? Because ethnologists of the late 1900s, early 20th century did not consider any race of people that wasn't white to be patriarchal. It was never part of the framework for the idea of patriarchy. Once again, you have to know what white feminists were arguing for. They weren't arguing for equality of anyone. They wanted to stand next to the white man in his conquering of the world and lesser peoples. It didn't change. It was consistently that. All the way up to the 1950s. Man, please. See, motherfuckers don't know where none of the shit they say comes from. You're telling motherfuckers, hey, you're a feminist. I'm not a feminist. I don't ever call myself a feminist. I don't believe in feminism. Out their mouth. Patriarchy, misogyny. What do you mean? What's misandry? I've never heard of that. Are you making things up? Motherfuckers just out the side of their neck repeating shit. The new hot compliment to give the goddess. See, they strip the words God and goddess of any relevance they had so that they can wear them as false badges that you've done nothing for. That you've expressed no proficiency or competency at all. It just is. But then you also need a way to make sure that you say white folks ain't God, because this is all subtly about making sure you separate yourself from white folks without saying white folks, because you're above that. Pieces of shit. How you think I know you're a piece of shit? Because I am. Real recognize real, fuck you talking about. Stop playing. Stop playing. You ain't gonna see no reality to this shit till you stop lying to yourself. Yoni is the new god, apparently. Apparently, bruh. Apparently. That man said parthenogenesis. That man said parthenogenesis. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Parthenogenesis. And you know, I wasn't a speller. Oh shit, I spelled that shit. Okay. There you go. Right? Creatures that reproduce pieces of their limbs that are cut off do this. And all you do is you gotta be all females. You gotta be all females and make copies of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. See, male, that's what pushes shit forward. God damn, niggas are dumb. Parthenogenesis. In which growth and development of embryos occur in a gamete without combining with another gamete. Okay? So basically, asexual reproduction. Okay? Asexual reproduction exists, and so females are all It's so dumb. It's awful reasoning. It's superficially plausible. It's superficially plausible. God damn it, man. Let's see. What are the life history types? Baby Komodo dragon produced through parthenogenesis. Komodo dragons are an example of species which can produce offspring both through sexual reproduction and parthenogenesis. Now, there's also talk about, because see, look, sexual reproduction and parthenogenesis, about the ways in which the uterus can retain sperm from various partners. Stuff about mixing the sperm. Okay, because I know one of the fish I keep every now and then is called gambusia, commonly known as a mosquito fish. Yeah, I would say they're invasive, but niggas don't know it yet because they cheap. The females, it mates with one male and it can have that sperm forever. It can keep that sperm. Okay, it'll mate with other males. But it can keep that sperm. I'm telling you, bro. See, the real big thing about shit like this is that motherfuckers had such a solid expectation of what the world is that when something challenged it, it felt like everything has always been a lie. But you had a bullshit framing of the world. And that's not the world's fault. It's never the world's fault. It's yours. Can we get to parthenogenesis in mammals? Let's see. Sex on the offspring. In apomictic parthenogenesis, the offspring are clones of the mother, and hence, except for aphids, are usually female. So all parthenogenesis does is make another female. All parthenogenesis does is make another female. So if Homo sapiens did do it, it ain't how they made the male. It's dumb, guys. It's dumb. I get it. It's superficially plausible, but it's false. Come on, guys. We know what happens when you make a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, which is why most species won't do it. It's death of your own diversity. God damn it, man. Come on. Parthenogenesis is seen to occur naturally in aphids, Daphnia, rotifers, and nematodes, and some other invertebrates, as well as in many plants. Among vertebrates, strict parthenogenesis is only known to occur in lizards, snake, birds, and sharks, with fish, amphibians, and reptiles exhibiting various forms of gynogenesis and hybridogenesis, an incomplete form of parthenogenesis. Okay, so let's run this back real quick. Okay, where do we see parthenogenesis? For the most part, invertebrates that live most all of their life in water. Because I know what Daphne and rotifers are. I know what nematodes are. I keep aquariums. I love water stuff, especially invertebrates. Okay? That's how I know what parthenogenesis was. There's a species of marble crayfish that come out of Europe that do it. I know what parthenogenesis is. That's how I know these niggas are outside their fucking mind. The aphid. It's no. If we're looking at aphids, more than likely the sexual dimorphism, the difference between the male and female, isn't going to be drastic. Okay? See, when you have drastic sexual dimorphism between male and female, you cannot do shit like this. This is why the genetics, the evolution is going to move towards, in whatever way it can, making the two as similar as possible while retaining the benefits of having them being separate. Dude, motherfuckers outside their mind. And look, you talking about lizards, snakes, birds, and sharks, like, bruh, because birds are the fucking lizards, they're fucking the same kind of group, cold-blooded animal, egg You know what? There's debates about this. That's biology. I'm not here to debate biology. See, this is what I'm saying. Niggas don't even know what they're talking about. I'm going to tell you, I'm not an expert in this. And I can see this, bro. This is Wikipedia. So you know there's deeper shit on this. Like, bro, vertebrate mammals don't do this. We don't. We don't do parthenogenesis. Ugh. But niggas will say anything to substantiate their bullshit. Niggas will do anything. I showed you what the Anu was last time. Remember, Anunnaki. Everybody talking to Anunnaki. What the fuck is the Anu? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. What the fuck is the Anu? The mix of the fivefold and the sevenfold pattern. The toroidal movement and the hyperboloid. See, you don't need a human in there. This is why people are confusing the map with the territory. Because they think because they see a Homo sapien in there that that's the territory. It's not. God, it's fucking dumb. This is the dynamic. The toroidal shape moving across the surface of that toroid in a cyclical, there's the word I want, cyclical sense, while at the same time tracing the shape of the hyperboloid. Look, this is the Anu. Fivefold on the outside, sevenfold on the inside. It's not about aliens. It's not about aliens. The Anu, Anunnaki, Naki meaning children of. This is the Anu, the Most High. It's a fundamental pattern. Fuck, man. Motherfuckers is you see the Anunnaki aliens. Look, there we go. Tracing the surface of the toroid. The torus. Tracing the surface of the torus, right? Boom. Because as you trace this surface, what are you also tracing? The negative space on the inside, right? Which is the hyperboloid. Motherfuckers don't understand. But they talking all the shit to me. At the side of their neck. There is your Anu. Because what are you're tracing both shapes. The torus and the hyperboloid. There is your Anu. Fivefold on the outside, sevenfold on the inside. Damn it, man. This shit could all be so simple, but niggas are presumptive and wrong as fuck. Wrong as fuck and loud as fuck. Prokaryotic and the eukaryotic. Oh, damn, this nigga said sciencey words. He must know science and be smarter than me. I can tell you I'm not a biologist. I'm not going to claim to be an expert. I know for a fact Homo sapiens don't participate in parthenogenesis because I understand what it is and why the things that can do it. Fuck. Have you niggas even ever seen Daphnia? Do you even know what a Daphnia is? Look. It's a freshwater invertebrate. Invertebrate. Why do males have nipples? Because it's easier to put it on all of the offspring than to try and select for having it female. See, look, the changing from the base model into what you need it to be functionally is just usually one or two hormones. The development of the physical body is an unfolding. It's a symphony. Listen to a fucking symphony. It's a symphony. From silence, the root note, and boom. The unfolding. You can even see it in the way the cells divide. It's an unfolding. And motherfuckers treat it like spooky fuck magic. They don't understand none of this shit. Oh, is actually still coffee? Thank you, lovely. Oh, you made some more. Thank you. That's a damn shame. I was about to be done for real. I ain't gonna lie, like, bro, watch out for this feminized spirituality, okay? But they just got yoni juice and titty milk all over their mouth as they adjust their huggies. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You missed it. As a matter of fact, you know what? You brought me the coffee. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give you a little I'm gonna give you a little triple blackness of space. I'm gonna give you a little triple blackness of space. Right? Because why the fuck not, right? Why the fuck not? I mean, if you're still around, hey, look, you get it. Because look, motherfuckers like, I only have an hour to listen to something, and then I gotta get back to my TikTok where I spend an hour and a half scrolling. I hate people. Anyways, what was I gonna talk about? Oh, yeah. Where did I put it? I'm not even gonna show the slides. I'm gonna use the images. Because I know I have the images. I know I have the images. Here we go. Let me show you this. Let me see. What does it give me? Okay. Let's see. Oh no, yeah, I know what that is. Okay. Cool. What am I looking for? Where is it? Oh, I know what I'm looking for. No. I'm looking for the stuff about the densities of the fool. There we go. Is this it? Nah, that's not quite it. All right. First and foremost, what are we looking at over here? The triple blackness of space is triune. Okay? It is triune. The Great Mother is feminine in name. Here we go. This is going to be better. Boom. Now, mind you, today I'm not going to explain the whole of this this diagram. I'm going to give you the gist because I'm going to use the fact that I gave you the gist to build off of it later in another episode. When I'm being more exact about it, okay? Anyway, so let's break into it, okay? 0. The archetype of the fool. You'll hear this one a lot from these pseudoscientific posers, okay? You ask them why they can't necessarily be serious or accountable at anything they say. Well, really, I'm just here to make you think. I'm the fool. I'm being jokey, but you can't even tell if I'd ever be serious. I'm the fool. Okay, cool. Look, because I'd say it's cap and bullshit, but to be honest, there's a way it could be proved. All right, there are 3 densities to the fool. Okay, there are 3 densities to the fool. Okay, and I don't even like to say densities when it comes to the unexpressed, to the primordial, to the triple blackness of space. I don't like to think about it in terms of densities. It's an easy way to intuit, but these exist simultaneously. Okay, these exist simultaneously, and that's what we're looking at here with this verse. This is the Great Father aspect of the triple blackness of space. I would say it is wholly inert. It is, when you actually imagine the idea of infinite empty nothingness, that's what this is. I mean, infinite empty nothingness without even in the potential for some shit. Just raw, empty nothingness. That is him. That is your Great Father. Okay? That is your Great Father. When we're talking about the densities of the fool, okay, in terms of the Great Father, this is representative of damn near everything that exists in the physical world. All of it is ignorant in a necessary way. It's ignorant in a necessary way. Meaning most all of the body is not neurons. It can't be. It can't be. Otherwise the neurons wouldn't be able to do the cool, spooky, fun things we see them do. Okay? If the whole body was neurons. Necessarily, the grand majority of it is not. Okay? So this is the necessarily ignorance. Remember, the fool is ignorant. But ignorance is the precursor to knowing. What comes right after the fool? The magician. Ignorance is the precursor to knowing. All right? So you have to navigate ignorance. But to just assume, if I say I'm the fool, that means I'm through. No, it's cap. Ha. First density of the fool is necessarily ignorant. Default dead. This is all the dead niggas. All the things that live, okay, that necessarily are in the world and of it because of how they frame it. That is the Great Father, okay? When we're talking about the Great Mother, this is the willful ignorance. Okay, this is when you first start approaching the idea of your own ignorance. And I will tell you, most motherfuckers stop there, okay? So, okay, keeping this diagram in mind, when I'm telling you the 3 circles, okay, I tried to keep it where they just barely touch, because I'm trying to emphasize, all we got here is the black and the white, okay? I'm trying to emphasize just that, and the nature between these 3 aspects is that they're not separate. Even though there's distinctions in the dynamics that they can have, especially once they express, they're not separate. Okay, they're not separate. That's what I mostly want to make sure I convey when it comes to the Great Father. All right, like if we're talking about growing fruits in a garden, growing vegetables in a garden, okay, the Great Father tills the soil. The Great Father tills the soil. The Great Mother nurtures the plant, and the fruit of that is the child. And the child will sit there, well, mommy is the one who nurtures me. It looks like you don't do anything, daddy. Fuck that kid. Fuck that kid. I plowed the soil you exist in. I plowed the soil you exist in, you arrogant little fuck. But I get it. So you don't do it to kid, but you gotta have something in you that says fuck that kid. Otherwise, you're gonna be resentful. All right. Same thing with the bitches. All right. Okay. So the child is the fruit of the soil being plowed and the plants being nurtured. Okay. Even God rejects Cain's work, but okay, whatever. Stop. Continue. All right. So this is the Great Father. Okay. Here we go with the Great Mother. Now, where we have these circles like this from the outside perspective, when we're looking at the Great Mother, this is what I would say would be the perspective of each individual circle. All right? In and of itself. In and of itself, each individual circle, okay? When we're talking about the Great Mother aspect of the densities of the fool, this is the level of willful ignorance, where you are beginning to challenge your ignorance. This is where you will find the people who say, well, I'm just expressing the archetype of the fool. Don't you understand? Once again, mixing their levels of analysis, thinking they're supposed to emulate a particular archetype. Every iota of the physical world emulates the entirety of the archetypes. Fuck out of here. There's not a piece of physicality in so much as it can be considered particulate that is not does not contain 9. No 10, 11, and 12 gets to be 10, 11, and 12 without 9. Like, motherfuckers don't understand what the fuck they talk about. Fuck. Anyways, we're talking about the Great Mother, okay? We're talking about the within, the darkness, okay? Within that emptiness. Because, and I hope this don't push your thinking a little too much. If nothingness is empty, infinitely empty, even the possibility that there could be something in it is a thing. You have the absolute nothingness. I'm talking about inert, absolute nothingness. The possibility that there could be anything at all. The possibility. That's what we're looking at here, okay? The possibility that there could be anything more than just this. The possibility that there could be anything more than just this, okay? Once that possibility is entertained, and this is the possibility itself, once that possibility is entertained, you're now talking the great child, okay? But let's talk about the possibility itself, all right? This is what you would find in one of those individual circles of the diagram, okay? The 3 black circles of the Great Father that are touching, that represent the necessary ignorance. When we're talking about the willful ignorance, this is the place where you're actually beginning to, if not actually challenging your own ignorance, at the very least acknowledging its existence, which is where I say most of all these motherfuckers who talk about archetype of the fool are at. They think that doing that is the work. That they're here and they're waking up dead niggas and showing people because they're the fool. No, it's cap. It's cap. Okay? You're still necessary. You're willfully ignorant. You're still willfully ignorant. See, when we're talking about, okay, the great mother, okay? You don't see no black on this diagram. You still see the white, but you don't see no black on this. You don't see no black on this, okay? Keep this in mind. What we're talking about is the relationships of the elements that are involved, okay? You got what we traditionally know as the yin and yang symbol. Talking about polarity, to be honest. The two larger circles mixing with each other is the duality part. Then you have within each of those circles another circle, which brings it to 4, which means we're talking polarity, okay? And look, to even have the separation of red and blue, you got to have the acknowledgement of their union of purple. To talk about their interrelationship, this is the result of that dynamic in potential form, okay? Once again, it's like the fact that the female got the egg in her. That's what I'm talking about. The woman and the child are intimately connected, but they're not above daddy. They're not above daddy. Anyways, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about the female. Like the soil, it contains what's needed to start, but it's not the start. It's not the spark. I don't care how many features your new Tesla has. If you don't have the key, it's a big fucking metal paperweight. You're locked out and can't get in, can't turn it on, and it won't do nothing. Because you need the key to spark that shit up. To spark that shit up. Fuck you mean? That's what I'm saying. Motherfucker, you gotta understand what you are, dude. You gotta understand the being of masculine and not just the doing. Not what it is you're supposed to be doing for women and children and all the shit they need from you. What it means to be the father, the masculine male. What it means to be is a completely different conversation. And that's the conversation we need to be fucking have. Stop listening to women. Anyways, continuing. We're talking the great mother. We're talking willful ignorance here, okay? Why do I say willful? Because it's necessary, you're obviously not challenging the ignorance, all right? Here, even if you're challenging the ignorance, it does not mean you've overcome it simply by virtue of the fact that you've decided to challenge it. You have not overcome it simply by virtue of the fact that you have decided to overcome it or to challenge it. That doesn't mean you win. You don't win the game. You have to finish the work. You gotta go all the way. What is the great child, okay? Remember this little piece of green here, okay? Because there's two ways you can look at this one. Which one do I want to do? I think I want to do this one. Because it's been taking me a while, and I think there's different ways I can diagram it. Like, when we're looking at this third diagram, remember it's gonna be either that little green line inside of the feminine, or it's going to be the point at which these two meet. So any point at which two of these circles meet is what we're diagramming, okay? Look, the point where two circles meet, that's what we're reflecting, okay? That's what I'm representing, excuse me, not reflecting. That's what I'm representing in the diagram, in the image, okay? The complexity that we found right here with the feminine, with the female, with the mother, all this complexity, which is tied in, which is condensed, like in an egg, unfolds. And the complexity itself can open up. I think when we're talking about the green line within the great mother, this is how you look at the great child. But when we're talking about the great child as in having expressed from the great mother, we're talking more like this. I'm not going to get all the way into both these diagrams because, oh my God, I love it. Oh my God, I fucking love it. Because you notice on this one, you got 4 and 4, which is 8, right? So I mean, it's solid. It's like I was talking about when you go from 4 to 8, but that 5 it contains itself within itself based on its intra-connection. And 8 is where the buck stops. This relationship with 3, like bro, this deserves its own lecture. Just the great child. But niggas don't get to this because the level of the great child is inevitable ignorance. It's inevitable ignorance. See, when people at the level of the density of the Great Mother, when they're going through this process of the Fool, they're challenging ignorance as though it's not inevitable. And that's their issue. How do you know they're challenging ignorance as though it's not inevitable? Because of that subtle superiority in what they're calling humility. That idea that these dead niggas are doing it wrong and I need to wake them up because then once I do, we can all come together and rise. So if you're going to wake them up, if understanding what you know means that they've now woken up, that's not a little bit superior? Come on. How come it isn't once you understand what the dead niggas understand, then you rise? How come it ain't that? Huh? I'll tell you why. Because you need to be subtly superior while you present as though you're humble. Because otherwise you can't contend with the bullshit you tell yourself. It's what you need. Like I have motherfuckers in my life who, in order to be able to characterize me the way they want to, they have to imagine me as flat. They have to imagine me without context or texture in order for me to fit into the ridiculous narrative. And you know, this isn't just me, oh boo-hoo Aries. This is the general with black men. For real, for real, for real. The idea that this is flat black maleness. We're not, the texture of our experience, of our understandings, of our perspectives is not acknowledged. That's why shit like bell hooks and all the black men rape because they want to be like white men is the only thing they can do. That's why that shit sits. Ain't no studies. Ain't no studies. Even go back to the bitches bell hooks got it from. The white supremacist feminists. Wasn't no studies. Wasn't no studies. I mean, no one's gonna think, hey, maybe we should do a study to see whether or not this is actually true. Heresy. Blasphemy. Why? Because this shit is the new church. You don't know where it comes from. You don't know how to explain it yourself, but niggas done said it feel good, and you go say something. You, oh, yes, they own it. They own it. Let's stop. Let's stop. So look. Great father, necessary ignorance. Great mother, willful ignorance. Great child, inevitable ignorance. This is the ignorance that cannot be avoided. Part of seeing something means that there are other things you don't see. If you see everything at once, you're not seeing. Because from what angle or perspective would you have your point of view if that particular point that you're viewing from isn't in the view? I would think that's so fundamental, but it's not. And niggas are impressed with themselves because they read a book. And I'm just not a Christian now, but I work with angels and demons. But stop, you're a Christian. You're just a bad Christian. That's all that is. You're a Christian, you're just a bad Christian. And look, I'm not saying this as though, ha, look at you. I'm like, look, you gotta be honest with yourself if you wanna move forward. Motherfuckers say, I left Christianity and the best you can do is demons? Why? Because you're still a Christian. Your metaphysical presuppositions about reality are the same. Well, I don't mean demon, I mean daemon. Oh, so you're Greek now. Please, tell me about the context from which that comes. Is that the Goetia? Uh-oh. Really? How do you know that's what they were talking about? How do you know? You don't. You heard someone say it. That's not what they were talking about. That's not what they were talking about. They weren't talking about a daemon and genius. See, that's something different from a demon. The Goetia. But no, motherfuckers will just mix, match, pick and choose what they want, and suddenly they're right. It's bullshit. It's cap. Fuck out of here. And see, look, if niggas didn't say everybody's right, you could call it out. But because all of them will always revert to, well, you know, we're all really right at the end of the day. Okay. Then bullshit like that flies. When we're talking the great child is the only aspect of the triple blackness of space that engages with one and beyond. When we say things like 0 is 1, the only part we're actually talking about is the great child. Because there's only a 1 by virtue of the great child. It is the great child. The fool is the magician. But see, the only part of the triple blackness of space that does anything with anything beyond that, anything outside of that, is the great child. Like I said, the great father and the great mother are deadbeats. Eat, rape, maim, pillage, disregard their children, if they even choose to have them. I'm telling you, bruh. Motherfuckers are so quick to anthropomorphize the heavens because they need to find a narrative to nest themselves in so they can understand. And they don't even understand that's what they're doing. This is why I talk to people in these consultations, bruh. We actually get to, okay, what do you believe? Where did you get it from? Why do you believe it? How much do you actually believe? See, fuck what's the next thing to do. Where are you right now? Bruh. Anyways, look, this is the basics of the triple blackness of space. Like, just showing you the diagram. You can study the diagram and intuit plenty of things from the patterns. Like, bruh, no one else is doing this. No one else is even coming close. It's just spooky Christianity. It's spooky Christianity, and I have to stand next to these niggas as they tell me that melanin is space and carbon and the yoni of the supreme deity. Like, shut up. God damn it. A lot of spirituality has been feminized. It's been highly feminized. This is what this has been about. Okay, this is what this has been about. Don't think just making something more feminine makes it more spiritual. You missed it. You missed it. The ontology of matter has confused you. It's rightly so. It makes sense why it would. Okay, the ontology of matter has you confused. Fuck DNA. Fuck melanin. Fuck your brain. Fuck your little meat gland that's got some calcium on it. Fuck your spooky back oil. All of that shit is particulate matter if it's valid. If it's valid, it's all particulate matter. You've confused the map with the territory when you think the chakras are in the body. Well, really, it's about the 12 cranial nerves, and that's really what your ancestors were talking about. No, it's the circle. 3 and 4. It's the circle. Shut up. Like, niggas is really the cranial nerves because it's 12. And then there's 7 glands. And that's really what they were talking about because really they were talking about materialism too. No. Like I said, bro, you go outside, you look around, you see, when you see trees, you see cells and atoms and molecules. When our ancestors saw trees, they did not see cells and molecules and melanin. Let's say the deity for trees was named Shima Roots. Shima Roots. What they saw when they saw a tree was a piece of Shima Roots. It's like if I sent you a picture of my finger, and I was like, and somebody said, "What is this?" That's a piece of Aries. Took a few of my cells, put them on a microscope, looked at the DNA. Oh, it's a piece of Aries. When they saw trees, that was a piece of Shima Root. It wasn't no cell, melanin, cosmic quark, dark matter energy. No, that's wrong. It's inaccurate. It's bad historiography. You don't understand history and how it's led you to the point you're at, Alice. So you can't tell me where the fuck you gonna go, because you don't know where the fuck you been or where you at. Matter ain't gonna save you. The magnetosphere, no. But the Anunnaki in 5D, no. Look, a point has 0 dimension. A line has 1, square has 2, cube has 3. Now when I go from 1, 2, 3, we're not going places. What we're describing is the extent and scope of our perception of the thing we're talking about. It's not places. This is basic geometry. Like, this is what I'm saying. When I say this shit is fundamental, it's the fundamentals of the I'm thinking basic geometry isn't gonna be mind-blowing, but it is. Niggas aren't contending with how little they know about the world around them and how comfortable they are. See, when I played, that's part of the reason I kept the panic clip. Is because when he's saying just you asking the question whether or not it's flat or round, like, aren't you concerned that you don't know? This is leaning in that direction, okay? It's about your concern with the fact that you don't know how the world around you works. I'm telling you, bro, when I got my first thirst for knowledge, it was because of that. It's because I was slapped in the face with how little I knew about the world around me, even though I had so many opinions and feelings about it. If I knew so little, I had to categorize all that shit as necessarily wrong. It was necessarily wrong. It had to be, because I had no basis for saying that shit other than someone else said it. Other than someone else said it. It could all be so simple, y'all. I'm talking basic geometry, basic color, music theory. I know motherfuckers who are great with music theory. The shit I know is basic. Just a little bit. Niggas too worried about trying to control the physical world. Control freak, pussy bitch shit. I need to control it. No. Sit down, shut up, relax. What is you? In the world but not of it. So you can say the things, but do you believe it? How do you know it? Because you feel confident? So and here it goes, this will be your problem. Is your metric for determining whether or not you're doing things right is how confidently you feel? Or your feelings your metric for right and wrong? I can tell you they were for me. I was a bitch nigga. I can tell you they were for me. You gotta be able to recognize it. You gotta look to this shit, bro. I can't think of no clear way to say it. I can't. Motherfuckers are confusing spiritual and physical shit. Alright? And mind you, hundreds of years ago, we never had to make the distinction. But now, because of the inclusion of the ontological category of matter, and our deep agreement to it, things are different. See, if I sit here and describe reality without matter, you're going to say, okay, I heard that, and it's superficially plausible. Okay, so I can accept that. But then how do I explain matter? That's what you'll do. Well, what about my body and the cell, and what about the melanin and the DNA, and I got to control the cellular metabolism of the... You don't get it. All that shit is shit in the video game. It's not describing the fundamentals of reality. Matter is not sufficient to describe the fundamentals of reality. Why? Because the convenient fictions that we call the symmetries of space-time, things like organisms, cells, molecules, galaxies, suns, all the artifacts of space-time itself, all of those are part of space-time. They are not fundamentals. They are convenient fictions that we use to describe the world in the game. Let's say we both playing GTA, right? They got an online thing. Let's say we both playing GTA, and I tell you, hey man, get in the car. We about to ride up to the other side of the city. When I tell you get in the car, do you get in the car or do you alter the controller? Both. Both. Now, which causes which? Because you in the car and Grand Theft Auto and the steering wheel, but it's not causing that. There's no causal power from that steering wheel. It looks real nice. It's superficially plausible. But that steering wheel ain't what control the car. Ain't what controlled the motherfucker that stepped into it. This is what I mean when I say living lucid. What the fuck is you? And if that ain't you, how does it relate to its environment? I mean, there's so much more to life than the narrative of our humanity. You and your story. I done been through so much. If only y'all niggas knew. I should write a book about my story and make a movie. Okay, nigga, go ahead. Ain't nobody gonna watch or read it. Because don't nobody care. And it's okay that don't nobody care. They're not supposed to. You wanting them to is something different from whether or not they're supposed to. Bruh, you'd be surprised. I'm not technically out of steam, but I've covered my topic for the day. I've covered it. Yeah, bruh. That's it. That's where I'm at. I want to build some foundational shit, but I haven't understood what I'm already standing on. Yes. See, people will say subconscious mind a lot. They don't know where it comes from. I talked about this. I did videos about this. It's brain function. It's the meat bag again. It's not in the psychological text. Freud and Jung. Jung was a student of Freud. Even Panic will talk about Jung. Jung don't talk about the subconscious mind. Jung don't talk about the subconscious mind. They talk about the conscious and the unconscious. There's no subconscious mind. If it is, it's brain function. And I don't give a fuck about brain function. I'm trying to leave the physical world and never come back. But let me make sure I save this file. No! Put the game down. If you really bought that shit, put it down. Don't even save. Don't even try to save. Really, you want to save because you think that's the reality. But you want to subtly be someone who's above that. Oh, I'm leaving and never coming back. This lowly planet of niggers. Huh, cosmic nigger. I'm never coming back to this hellhole. No, you are. You never. Because look, bruh, you got to tell me you ain't never coming back? Bro, you wasn't here to start with. Who are you trying to convince? You. Because you think you're here. And you don't want to just lie to yourself and say, well, I don't really think that. No, you want to face it. Remember, don't fake it until you make it, because you're never going to make it. It's awful advice. Face it. The only way through is through. If there's a part of you that doubts this shit, look it in the eye and ask it, okay, what do you have to say? Real shit, no cap. I'm not gonna straw man your argument or try and destroy you. Tell me, doubting version of me, what do you have to say? Because maybe 90% of what I say is stupid, ridiculous shit, and it's good to get that out of you. So you let it say that 90% of ridiculous shit, otherwise you don't secretly believe it and don't even know because you don't examine it. But that 10% that you're gonna keep, where the shit actually has a point, that's your direction forward. That's like in the video game, I'm lost, I can't find no enemies. And then boom, I just found an enemy. This is the way I go. I'm telling you, it's right there. This shit is there's so much of it right under the surface. Like niggas is quick to try and talk about the deep ocean, but bro, y'all niggas, really what y'all want is the coral reef. And you need to stop playing. Like you will get so much further in your work if you stop trying to be deep, super spooky. You're not a dark creature. We are terrible, awful things. Awful, disgusting things. Oh my God. You don't want to be that. I can tell you want to be the nigga on the high horse that people look up to and they look and they say, hey, you know what? This guy is the archetype for the way I need to be in life. I want him to help me out with this. That's what you want. Fuck, I'm telling you I don't want it. Get away from me. I'm gonna fart. I'm gonna fart. And you gonna be mad because it stink. Well, you can't lie to yourself about your motivations. And that's what you gotta get into here first. I'm telling you, it's most of the work that niggas wanna do, you don't have access to yet. Because like I was telling you about with the densities of the Great Mother. I mean, the triple blackness of space. See, once again, it's feminine only in name. Where's my... Oh, it was in the other one. Like I was saying with the different densities, bro, if you're still in the place where you're necessarily ignorant. Yes, you understand that there's ignorance, but you haven't overcome it because you haven't found Inevitable ignorance. You're still one of those things who's trying to get past all illusion. Oh, I want to get past all illusion and all falsehood. I'm super infinite. It's cat, bro. Chill out. You have to find the inevitability of some of your ignorance and use that to start building around. Because that's the only way out of willful ignorance, is to find what's necessary, what's inevitable. And that way you can shed the holy willful parts. Okay, well, look at all this ignorance. Hey, I'm ignorant. Oh, look at me. Well, nigga, you didn't actually do something about it. That's what you're supposed to do in the great mother part, in the feminine part, is to deal with that. Okay, so you actually have to contend with it. And what you do in the process of contending with it, going across the span of the cube from face to face, what you do in the middle is you contend with it. And when you get to the other side, what you have is only thing left is what's inevitable. Is what's inevitable in terms of ignorance. Why in terms of ignorance? Because that's what we're talking about. Triple blackness of space. 0. Ignorance. Ignorance is the precursor to knowledge. The fool before the magician. See, this stuff isn't difficult. It's right there. It's always been there. You know, motherfuckers, they hype on synchronicities. Anyway, yeah. Until you can find what the necessary, inevitable ignorance is in the idea of yourself, in the concept of self. I be telling folks, bro, illusion is part of being. Stop trying to escape illusion. There's no reason to escape. Even the idea that you could escape, that you're in prison, or that there's somewhere to escape to, is still illusion. Stop trying to escape and understand it. It's part of you. It's part of you. Fuck. I tell a nigga, what is you? And you run from illusion. No, stop. It's not the doing. It's the being. It's not the doing. It's the being. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go enjoy my morning. I appreciate y'all's presence, sticking around, coming to holler at your boy. You stopped in for a minute, even if you're on the replay. I appreciate it. If you want to help with the work, if you've actually even watched this long, niggas be like, oh, no, an hour? Oh my God, that's so long. But you'll watch a whole season of P-Valley. Right? Come on, man. Whatever, man. Fuck this shit. Anyways, y'all have an outstanding evening. Thank you for letting me have my way with your Monday morning. You can have it back. Go get them sheets to the dry cleaner, bro. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.